Good morning, hello, hope you're well. You've picked a very good day to tune in to us at Hochanda. The Freedom Flash Save event is on, which means virtually every item in the show has got a Freedom price attached to it, so a good time to become a Freedom member. Lovely Catherine's back with us. Hello,
hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's been ages since I've seen you.
Yeah, I was here Friday, but I've not worked with you for a while, have I?
I wasn't here Friday. No. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Not for Catherine, but Sugar Buttons, which is your brand, isn't it?
It is. Sugar Buttons brand, yes. Manufactured by the fantastic Katie Sue Designs. So we're talking about the Sugar Button moulds, which are 3 today. Well, 3 this week.
OK.
Not specifically today, but 3 this week.
Now, to celebrate Sugar Buttons' birthday, we've got for you an amazing deal, because if you buy any Sugar Buttons mould in the show, you will get a bonus gift, which is what I've got in my hand, basically. You'll get yourself a 3-hour expert tuitional DVD featuring Catherine, of course, with all of these wonderful figures. You've got all these different projects. There are 12 separate tutorial videos and 6 different projects.
There's more than 6, and there's hints and tips on there as well.
Right.
So, you know, and what I've done on the video is work with both the air dry clay and also polymer clay, but the techniques will lend themselves to either type of clay. So if you see a project that's done in polymer, you can do it in the air dry and vice versa.
Or equally, if you want to use sugar paste, you can use similar techniques.
Yeah, we talk about building up the colours and things in the mould, so yes, if you're working with the fondants, that works in exactly the same way.
Great, OK, so you get the DVD, and you also get the baby chick mould as well. With Easter not that far away, that's a brilliant, fantastic bonus to receive. Worth $17.99. So if you buy what's on the screen now, if you buy either the princess, the fairy or the ballerina at $8.99 as a Freedom member, you'll get that worth $17.99 on top of your order.
You will, and the chick's never ever been seen before.
Really?
It's a complete debut today on today's show.
It's cute. Really cute.
Just some little ring a rosy chicks going around this jar here, so you can just see the little cheeky faces. Really lovely. So it's a really nice little addition to the existing Sugar Button moulds, or obviously with Easter coming up, as we say. OK, so not only have we got that bonus with any Sugar Buttons, it has to be a Sugar Buttons mould that you buy, but there's also Freedom discounts across our show. So if you have a little look at the first set you can choose between, you can go for all 3 if you want to. We've got our princess at the top here, we've then got our fairy just here, and we've then got our ballerina just here. All in the past have been hugely popular, haven't they? They have, they really have. And I know we've picked up a lot of new customers on the way. You know, they just started realising what a versatile product the clay is, so they've started collecting the moulds. So this is a great opportunity to, if you've got something missing, to buy that, get that free chick, or if you've already got the moulds, buy for a friend as a gift and keep the chick for yourself. You can be a little bit naughty like that. This one's the fairy. Why not? I would. Take advantage of the bonus gift and the Freedom discounts as well. By the way, if you want to become a Freedom member, 888 $6.97 for your membership gets you access to, obviously, your standard postage paid and all the discounts as well. So that one is your fairy. That's the fairy, yes. And you can do her in all sorts of different outfits and different colour hair and all that sort of thing. You can. This next one? Now, that's the princess. Now, we've got a couple of samples with the princess, and if I just reach over the front and pick this one up, because she does come complete with a crown, which you can see on that sample there. Yeah. But on the card that you're holding, I've sliced away the crown and given her 2 little flowers. So it could be a christening or a communing or a, just for a little girl. You know, it doesn't have to be a princess. You can change these. You can adapt the moulds as well. And then the ballerina is this one just here. The ballerina, yeah. And by the way, lots of you are shopping ahead of us as well. We have got the character moulds with the animals. We've also got our fantastic hearty air dry clay as well, which is in the show too, if you're just looking for that today. But it's only the Sugar Buttons moulds that give you the bonus, OK? $8.99 for either the fairy, the princess or the ballerina. Here's the ballerina popping in. That's just to show that you don't have to use the whole mould either. You can just use little elements of it. So just the head and the hands have been used there. So you can change them around as you work. Do you have to be artistic? No, not at all. The moulds do it all for you? The moulds do it for you. There are hints and tricks that I can give you during the demos today, so, you know, I will talk through right from beginner and step it up a little bit as well and show some techniques as you get more advanced. So we've got the clay in the show, but equally if you want to use them as cake decorations with sugar paste, you can use them, of course, for that as well. But what we do always say is have one set for sugar paste for food, basically, and another one for your air-dry clay. Yes. Yeah. So if you've already got the moulds but you use them for cake decorating, you're thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind doing them for air-dry clay. Get another mould now and, of course, take advantage of that bonus as well at the same time. Definitely. Fab. OK, so that's our first 3. Next we've got the monkey. This is my favourite one. The monkey's adorable. The giraffe, the baby elephant,
or the lion. Now, you choose any of those, £9.99 down by £3 to £9.99, but that's also got a freedom discount as well, taking another £1 off, including your postage as well, and that also will come with, whichever one you choose, the bonus of the DVD and the chick too. So great day to be buying and investing in some new moulds. Giraffe, monkey, lion or elephant, £17.99's worth of bonus goodies, and you get an extra discount by being a freedom member for one of these moulds. They're so deep and detailed, aren't they?
They're very, very deep, especially the animal ones. I think probably if I had to choose favourites, the animals probably would be my favourites. And I've got to say as well, if you're new to this, if you're looking for maybe a starter kit, the animals are a good one to start with. In fact, the first demo we will be doing the elephant with other moulds thrown in as well.
Look at this, I adore this. This is so cool. Having a little wooden MDF train, that's probably one of your products as well, isn't it?
It is available on the website actually, but again it just goes to show you don't have to use the whole mould. You can just take, you know, I've taken the head there and just one of the paws or hand paws, it doesn't have to be pawned with it being an animal, and the monkey obviously has got his tail hanging over there. Yep. You do get the little bananas in with the monkey as well. I
love it, absolutely. The monkey's my favourite, and the elephant too actually, but I love them all. I mean, there's the elephant in a picture frame, why not have them in frames, decorate a nursery with them. Here's your lion. There we go, look. Lots of you going for this. Remember, by buying one of these moulds gets you the bonus automatically. You don't have to put anything in a promo box or anything like that. It'll automatically be included with your order. There's the little monkey in the picture frame, which is really lovely. Cute as a button, I like that.
And you can see the item that I'm holding here, it's actually been done with polymer clay, which is the oven-baked clay, but it is one of the projects on the DVD. Yep. And you can do this in air-dry clay as well. I have had feedback from people who've seen that DVD and have had a go at this. And this was made originally so you could put sweets all around. You know, there's a gap in between the outer and the inner bit. And it was made...
Easter gift, maybe. Yeah, little eggs, mini eggs.
And I have stuck the roof down today just for travelling, but you could normally you wouldn't lift the roof or fill it with sweets as well. Makes a great table decoration for a children's party or maybe a christening or something.
Well,
I
know many of you over the months have got maybe one or two of these characters already, but maybe you haven't actually got all of them. Now's your chance to stock up. It's one per customer, of course, with the bonus, just to let you know that. One per order. OK, now we've actually got here next, we've got our fantastic enchanted window, and we've also got our little fairy, not such a little fairy door actually, but the fairy door and the enchanted window for £14.99. So this is a duo, you get both. 393230 is your item number. And this is again going to have a freedom discount attached to it where you save in total £8. 20% off in total for freedom membership, and your P&P paid for, of course, as well, your standard postage. Plus you get the DVD and you get the little chick mould as well, worth £17.99. 393230. So the idea is you've got now a little fairy door, maybe on a skirting board or something.
You have, and I've got to say, probably that I can't believe the prices actually, because for two moulds there and that freebie, if you're going to get those, and it's such a versatile little set, this one. So fairy doors, I love doing the jars, and I've seen so many people now posting photos of the fairy jars that they've made. Use the door, you can dress it up as a Christmas door. It doesn't have to be a fairy door, it could be a church door, it could be a cottage door, it could be a castle door, it could be all those different things. And also the window as well. You've got the little shutters on there, but you could take the shutters off if you just want a window without those. And you do get the bonus of little flowers and leaves in with the window as well. So it's a great little set again, that one.
But this discounted price and the value of the bonus, that takes it to nearly £30, but it's nearly £40 worth of product actually, because you're saving extra £8 off. And that's a delivered price too, so it really is a great opportunity. So not just putting them on skirting boards, which I know lots of you do, but make ornamental houses out of them like this, make little kind of castles or whatever you want to do out of them. But to get both of those for £11.99, exceptional value, and automatically you will get the DVD and the little chick mould as well. One more to show you, and then we'll crack on with the demo, because I know you're probably itching to see how easy these are to do. This next one, with Easter around the corner, it's a rabbit. Great to go with a chick.
It is, and the rabbit, if you notice, I don't know if you can see very well there, but the ears are actually separate to the main body, so you can take those elements out separately and you can position the ears where you want them. So you can have them pointing upwards, you can have them flopping over, you can have them facing forwards, facing backwards. You get the little rabbit's bottom as well, if it wants to be disappearing down a hole, and you also get the little carrot in there.
Really cute, and this has been popular from preview alone. Already a quarter of our available stock has gone. We've only just come to it. So 907206 is the perfect accompaniment to have with the chick as well, and the DVD. But if you look on the plaque, this is what the actual rabbit looks like when he's been made, or you can make him look in all sorts of different ways, in different scenarios, with his paws over his eyes.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you can see on this little plaque here that they're playing hide and seek. So we've got the rabbit counting and the little one disappearing down the hole.
That's brilliant.
And the face faces, I mean, some of the faces that you notice on the sugar buttons have got smiles and some have got the little O shape, and the reason I do that is so that you can adapt them. If you want to change, you know, their expressions, you can do that.
Well, they're all on the website if you want to have a little look. We are going to crack on with the demo because I know you want to see how easy these are to use. Other moulds, though, that are in the show, have a little look. We've got the cat and dog for you. Now, that is, you get both, don't you? Yeah, get both cat and dog together for $13.99. And that is on a Freedom discounted price as well, which is lower than that, actually. $11.89 Freedom members. That's a 15% discount. And remember, that comes with your bonus DVD and the mould as well. We also have the owls, a silicone mould for the owls. All three of them, side by side, like a whole family. This is giving you a 20% discount. So $16.99 goes down to £13.59 if you're a Freedom member. Delivered, remember, as well, plus the bonus. Then we have the bonus. Now, sorry, the birdhouse, plus the bonus. The birdhouse is only $13.99, but less, of course, if you're a Freedom member. $11.89 is your Freedom member price, and that's a 15% Freedom Flash discount. And then we have our snail and the toadstools at the end there as well. That's all one big mould, 10% off for Freedom members, so it's $8.99 delivered. Already we've got 5-star reviews for those. Very busy for everything, but remember, it's only the Sugar Buttons moulds that comes with the bonus. We've got other things like hearty clay and that sort of thing available, but that won't come with the bonus. It's only the Sugar Buttons moulds, OK? And you'll get the owl, and you'll get, of course, the DVD too. Now, what's so special about the hearty air-dry clay? I know lots of you love working with it at home.
Well, it's very lightweight, so if you want to make card toppers, that's a great product to use. It is also professional grade modelling clay, so you're not going to get something that's cheap. You know it's used by professionals, so you're going to get that fantastic result. It picks up every bit of detail in a mould, so you're not losing any of those little features. You're not losing the, for instance, the hair on the fairy. You'll keep that look. You'll see every bit of detail.
Now, you've got a lot of air-dry clay here. 200 grams of the white, which is also what most people want to go for to start off with, 098689. Take advantage of the Freedom discount while we have it in stock. It's $8.99 delivered if you're a Freedom member. Otherwise, you have to pay an extra £1 and you have to pay the $2.95 postage as well. But if you want to go for the coloured hearty air-dry clay, we've got loads of colours. There's 3 options, actually. Magenta, blue and green, orange, brown and yellow, and then black, red and green. So those are the choices that you've actually got. So this is the first set. This is the dark brown, the orange and the yellow. There we go, Lou. And you get, is it 50 grams in each? But you can mix that with the white, can't you?
You can, and I've got to say, the pigmentation is so strong, you need the tiniest bit. So if you mix in, they're going to last you so long.
Yeah.
Really, they are.
Well, lots of you shopping ahead, ordering these. A little bit, as Catherine says, goes a long way, and you're getting 15% Freedom discount, OK? $10.19 delivered for your choice of which 3 colours you'd like. Right then, over to you.
OK, right. OK, well, I'm going to try and cover as many of the different moulds as I can throughout the demos, just so you get a taste of everything and different techniques. But first of all, I've got some white clay here. I just want to show you how easy it is to mix that colour, and also the smallest amount. I mean, I'm just taking a really tiny amount there, and if I just take a lump of clay and mix that in, and it is just a case of mixing it as though you were mixing a fondant with a food colouring in it. You know, you can see how it just blends so easily.
And there's no mess.
There's no mess at all. It leaves no residue on your hands. It's not sticky. We say it's sticky, you can stick it together, but it doesn't feel sticky. It's just got moisture in there. And you can see the depth of colour with that tiny bit. So if you wanted something really pale, you want the smallest amount. So start with a tiny bit and then add more, rather than putting a great big lump in there. So I'm going to actually make a jar. Now, we are going to do the elephant, but I wanted to bring into it 1 or 2 of the other moulds as well. So we've got the elephant on the top here. On the show as well, we've also got the little bow and this lovely frill, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to use the button heart mould as well, just for a decoration on the front of the jar.
Now, some of these other moulds aren't in the Sugar Buttons collection. They're Katie Sue moulds or whatever. The Creative Cake System, aren't they?
They are. So I have got these prepped, so I'm just going to start off but not finish with these, so we can move on and show you something very interesting with the Sugar Buttons and how to work those. So, for instance, if I wanted to use this big heart for the front of the jar to decorate it, I can pick out, using some of the coloured clay, some of the little buttons, and just put small amounts and pick out. I don't need to do them all, but it's worth just picking out 1 or 2 of them.
So if you're
and
thinking,
filling
well,
in with the
I
different
wouldn't
colours.
need to make that size of heart very often. Just use different elements that are in there.
That's
use
right.
What you need.
And this is where those coloured clays come in so well. Now, because I've already got one of these prepped, I'm not going to do the whole thing. But all you would do then, when you've picked out whatever buttons that you prefer, and you've got these individual ones as well that you could use for decoration, you would go over the top with the whole of the whole thing. I'm just doing this section here where I've been with the buttons, but you would fill that in as a whole, and then when you take that out, you've got that lovely button effect there. You can see where it's picked the colour up.
Excellent, yeah.
So very, very easy to use. So that's just how we started off. And then if I find where I've put my jar, you can see I've already prepped and got one of the hearts on the front of the jar there.
Now, if you like the look of the button hearts, then they are $11.99 with Freedom discount. They're on the screen right now. They're designed by Kerry, aren't they?
They are. Kerry Griffiths, yes, who does the wonderful cake designs. He's a magician, really, isn't he, with the cakes? So, again, just to speed it up, because I want to get to the Sugar Buttons elephant, I've already prepped this. I've already got some clay in this mould, and this is, again, this is one of Kerry's, and it's the frill, and I love this. I think it's such a versatile mould again. Now, a tip that I am going to give you before I move on is, and this is one of the most asked questions when it comes to the clay and the moulds, if people are using the moulds and the clay isn't coming out cleanly, it's 9 times out of 10 it's because the clay is too wet.
Right.
So when you take the clay from the pack, let it air dry a little bit, just let it sit in the air for a little while. If you find it sticking, take it out, give it 5 minutes and go again. At the end of the day, you can roll that clay back up and use it again. But I want to give a little frill effect around the top of the jar. So all I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this with the wet clay, I'm going to run a little bit of PVA glue around the top there.
Now, the ruffle, if you like the look of that, maybe you're thinking about other designs of cake decorating or whatever. It's $10.39 delivered if you're a Freedom member. There we are. Plus, of course, you don't have to worry about that P&P at all. That's always included with your Freedom membership. 312277. But you don't get the bonus gift with this. It's only with the Sugar Buttons moulds, okay? And that isn't the Sugar Buttons mould. So.
Okay, now then, I thought I might have to trim that down, but actually that works almost perfectly. Now, it's a little bit loose, but I don't mind that. The reason being, the clay will shrink just very slightly as it dries. Now, if you left that out on a desk, you would see it shrink, but because I've glued that down and it's got something to hold to, although it will shrink slightly, it won't shrink so it's too small. It will just take that grab with the glue and it will dry on there nicely. So you've got that lovely little frill detail on the top of the jar. So I shall just pop that to one side.
Lovely.
Now, I have had a lot of people over the years that we've been doing this, because I always tend to do some jars as demos because they're such an easy project to work with. Everybody has their spare jars, and people want to know, how do you cover the lids, how do you cover the jars, how do you stick it down? So because we're going to put an elephant on the top, we need something to stick the elephant to. So all I'm going to do is take some of the white clay, and it could be a colour. You could colour this in advance.
And your glue of choice is the Cosmic Shimmer, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A good PVA, but I do tend to use Cosmic Shimmer all the time. It's a fantastic glue. Now, because I'm coating and I don't want anything more than that sort of coverage on the lid, you can roll this out very thinly, so you're not going to use a lot of clay. And all I'm going to do is just lay it over the lid, just like that. And then you could take a pair of scissors and just snip around quite roughly to start with, and then mould it to, and then you can trim off a little bit neater. So I'm just taking away the excess there. But this is going to give me my base for the little elephant to sit on top.
Excellent.
So you can see I'm just pushing that down.
What do you prefer working with most? Are you an air-dry clay fan more than sugar paste, or do you like it both?
Do you know, I'm not actually a cake decorator. I have done cakes, you know, for family and in the past, and I have made a little one for the show today. But I'm not by trade or profession a cake decorator. I am more the clay.
Oh, right.
But I was picked up by Katie Sue. It was more than 3 years ago. The Sugar Buttons are 3 years old, but they asked me if I'd like to do some shows with them. And the first show I did was kind of a joint clay and joint cake show, and it went down very well, and from there this is what's become of it. So, you know, we've moved on a lot.
Now remember, the lovely thing about this is that they can be used, these moulds, for sugar paste or for air-dried clay or polymer clay. Choice is yours, but we always do say for hygiene reasons and for food safety, always have dedicated moulds for the different different themes. But it's a great time now to buy two with these special reduced prices, these Freedom prices. No P&P to worry about either if you're in the Freedom Club. Plus, you're going to be getting one per customer, the bonus of the DVD and that little chick mould, which is brand new as well. Perfect for your Easter cakes and that sort of thing as well. Now, the most mould out of all of the show items is the elephant. That's the most popular at the moment. And it's $8.99, and we haven't even demoed it yet. So if you want the elephant with a trunk up for good luck and all that sort of thing, then approaching a third of the stock of the elephant's gone.
OK, he is just fantastic, he or she, because obviously you can theme this to whatever project you're making. Now, I have just dusted this out with a little bit of corn flour. Now, we do that because if there's any moisture in there, if it's a brand new mould, you want to give it a little bit of a wash in soapy water first. You can put them in the dishwasher to clean them. So you need to make sure that they're nice and dry and then tap out any excess. Now, a tip that I can give you is, if you just wanted to make one elephant or a fairy or whatever it is, and you're pre-colouring the clay, you don't want to colour more than you actually need. So I would fill that mould with white clay and then put the colour in it, so you know you've got the right amount for that mould.
Good idea.
Just allow a little bit more, just in case something goes wrong. Now, with the elephant, I am going to show you how to build this up in different colours rather than doing it as one colour, but you could go with one colour and then paint in the detail. If you're going to do that, think about the main colour of the body itself, which in this case is going to be grey, but you could have a blue or a pink elephant. And work with that colour and then paint the other detail on top. If you go with the main colour as a pre-mix, you will get a much better finish than trying to paint it all.
Right.
OK. So what I'm going to do first is just take a piece of the clay and I'm rolling it in my hands just so it's smooth. And I'm going to pop that just inside the head. It doesn't matter if I come down a little bit into the neck, which I am going to do.
So always get a piece of the clay roughly to the size of what you're trying to mould.
Because I'm going to build this up in colours, I'm starting with the head. Yeah, but it's just for pre-mixing the clay. If you start with something that is going to fit into that mould and you only want one elephant, why waste mixing colour? Don't waste the clay. You know, just mix it as you need it. Now, what I'm going to do now is roll out some of the grey clay, and I'm rolling it out into a sausage. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to build the ears next, and I want the inner ear to be pink, or you could choose another colour, but in this case I'm going to do a pink one. So I'm just picking out the grey areas first. I'm going to press down that little sausage of clay onto the back of the head just to anchor it down, and then I'm going to feed round the clay. Now, I'm just using fingertips for this. You can use a tool if you like, something like a cake decorator's Dresden tool, which looks like this but plastic. This is a polymer clay one, it's the same sort of tool. You could use the end of a paintbrush or maybe a ball tool, but actually with the elephant you can just manage with your fingertips. I'm going to repeat the other side.
When you're making this mould for the first time then, because you've designed all these, do you do it freehand with the clay?
Yes, they're made with polymer clay first. I mean, I used to make everything freehand. I used to do lots of little characters, and this is how Katie Sue saw, you know, what I was doing, and they said, would you like to turn the characters into moulds? And the story behind it is, and I have said this story many times before, but for anybody who's not seen the shows before, I was really worried that they would lose their uniqueness and they would all look the same and very flat, and I was a little bit dubious about it all. But do you know what? The detail that Katie Sue get into their moulds is out of this world. And so now when I'm designing, I think, how can we adapt these? How can we change them? We don't want them all to look the same. We want them to look unique. So there are ways that you can do that. So what I've done here is I've worked around the edge of both of the ears with that clay, and then I'm going to take the pink and I'm looking at this inner area here, and I want to cover that, so I'm just flattening out a little bit of the clay. I'm going to keep it within the outside edge of the grey and just cover over, and I'm keeping this quite thin because I'm going to put another layer of the grey over. You'll see why as we work with this. Okay, so I'm covering the ear area totally, but I'm going to go over the top with the grey again now.
Okay.
So as I say, as a beginner, you could just make the whole elephant in grey and then paint in the extra details.
Provided you've got enough dexterity in your fingers to press the clay or the sugar paste into the mould, anyone can do this.
They can, yeah. So although this is quite an easy mould to work with, in fact it's, you know, it's very easy. It's a nice chunky mould, you've got big areas to work with. I have already sort of stepped this to stage 2, because stage 1 would be doing it with one colour and painting it. But I want to show you how you can build up those colours. The reason I'm doing this today is because I do keep an eye on social media and I do listen to what people are telling me, and I know there are people that have been collecting the moulds out there and they want to step it up a gear.
Now, I know the temptation is to sit and watch the demonstration, which is what we're all doing at the moment. If you want this mould, I really urge you to pick up the phone sooner rather than later, because it is half stock gone. $8.99 delivered if you're a Freedom member for this mould, but remember, you're going to be getting $17.99's worth of bonus chick mould and the 3-hour tutorial DVD, which is Catherine presenting, showing you loads of different techniques, and it's the animals on there, isn't it, as well?
It is. Oh yes, the animals are on the front cover there. There's a lot. There's more than one project with the animals, actually. There's some really nice projects on there. Right, now what I've done here, this elephant mould itself is in different parts. So you've got the main body, you've got 2 separate legs, and you've got the trunk separate, and there is a reason why that trunk is separate, and I'll explain why. But what I'm doing here is I'm just topping up the clay level with the top of the mould. You can use a rolling pin to really make sure that's pushed down and make sure it's nice and compact in there, because it will pick up all the detail. Don't worry about pressing onto this outer lip of the mould. It's very strong. These are going to last a lifetime. The only area I would say just be a little bit careful with building up the way I am is on the head, because if you roll too far or too fast and hard, it could sort of spill out over the top. Then you're going to smudge the ears that I've put in there. So I'm tending just to sort of push down a little bit rather than be too vigorous with the rolling pin, just to make sure it's picked up that detail.
Excellent.
And then with a fingertip, I'm just going to go from the outer edge in, and this just makes sure you've got a nice clean line, so that when it's released from the mould, you've not got any tatty edges. You want to see the edge of the mould.
And this is where you're going to get that amazing sense of satisfaction.
You are, although remember the trunk is separate on this one, so it kind of looks a little bit like a mouse to start with. So then start to flex the mould. And when I was saying about the clay being too wet, if the clay was too wet at this point, you would find the legs would bend with the mould and not pop upwards. This is still quite wet, this clay, so I would normally like it a little bit drier, but we're going to get this, it's not going to be a problem. So if you need to give it a helping hand, you can, or just allow it to dry a little bit more. Can you see how that is lifting out?
Yeah, absolutely. The
drier the clay gets, the more that will just pop upwards, and you'll be able to release that. It will just literally drop out.
Here it comes.
Now you can see what I mean about it looking like a mouse.
But you know what? You may want to have a mouse on a cake occasionally. Well, there you are. That's like an added bonus.
It is. But there's 2 legs missing as well. Now you can see now what's happened. You've got the outer rim of the ear and the inner. But I've made this so if you want to sort of pull in the ears, I do like to do that. It gives it such a cute little look. So pull the ears inwards and give them that little flop of the ear, and it does add to it rather than leave them stuck outwards. And then go back to the mould. We'll just push them to one side.
I think the stock is it 70% now? 70% of the available stock of our elephant is gone. But remember, in that item number, you have got the choice of the monkey, the giraffe, the elephant, or the tiger, or the lion. Sorry, all for $8.99 delivered if you're a Freedom member. Plus, you will get $17.99's worth of bonus goodies. The giraffe, a third of the stock is gone. Lots of you love your giraffes. Monkey, approaching a third of the stock as well. A cheeky monkey. I think a lot of people actually maybe are buying a second one so that they can do sugar paste and air dry clay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you go onto Katie Sue's cake decorating page as well and look at some of the fantastic cakes that have been made, and it gives you inspiration for your clay projects as well. You know, take inspiration from the crafts page, take inspiration from the cake page. So there we've got the 2 separate legs.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to position this little elephant so it can sit on top of my jar. So you can bend the clay as it's wet. You might want to prop those up. Usually I use something like some scrunched up tinfoil or something like that, just to make sure that they don't flop down. But you also want to attach the 2 front legs as well. So you could have the elephant juggling balls or something like that and reposition them, but I'm just going to leave them just downwards like that. But obviously,
I just love that smile. That is such a cute smile.
Obviously, we're missing the trunk, so we've got to do the trunk next.
Okay.
Right, now there is a story behind this, and I was so glad that we persevered with this. It's very different making the characters freehand and to turn them into moulds.
I can't imagine where you start doing it freehand.
They may look simple, but they have to be adapted in so many ways, because we have to check for undercuts and, you know, points where the clay might trap. And the trunk was a real problem, because I insisted that the trunk had to be a proper trunk, not something that looked like it had been splattered on the side of the elephant's face. And it was a real problem because of the depth of the mould and the curve on the trunk. So the way we got round it was to put this little split in the mould. And I wanted to make sure I point that out, because when you get this, do not think that is faulty. It is meant to be there. Right, okay. So
I've just got to let everyone know, Catherine, that the elephant that we have available for immediate dispatch has gone. Completely sold out. Everyone's in a basket. If you're not checking out, then maybe one or two will bounce back into stock. I'll let you know if that happens. But basically, everyone has gone. We're sorting out an extended delivery. Will the extended delivery also be the bonus DVD as well? It will. It will have the bonus DVD and the bonus mould. So there it is, sold out on the standard dispatch, but we will have it on extended in the next minute or so. So just bear with us and we'll get you all that information.
But I can finish the trunk, can't I? So, easiest way, roll a little bit of the clay out so you can feed that down, because it is a deep mould. Feed it down, and I tend to hold that little split together as I push that right in with a fingertip. And you want to make sure that's full. If it's too full, take a little bit away, because you don't want it to really overspill at the top, otherwise the size is wrong for the elephant's face. And then you can open that out and just lift the little trunk out. And then you can see, if I just turn that over and sit it on there, you can see you've got the shape of the trunk, you've got the little creases in it, you've got the detail in there, and that will just fit perfectly onto the elephant's face. So I'm going to put that on now. Now, the clay, we tend not to use glue on it because it sticks to itself, but I would suggest just a little dot of glue for the elephant's nose. Less than I've just put on, really.
Now, the extended delivery stock is available there now. It won't be long before it's on its way to you, a couple of days, and it'll be on its way, OK? So you won't have long to wait, but that will include your bonus DVD and the bonus chick mould, which we'll show you again fairly soon. But I think you'll agree, he's the most absolutely gorgeous little creature. Isn't he wonderful?
Now, I've not done his eyes, but I'm going to leave those and cover the eyes in another demo, because they're all done more or less in the same way. And I would allow that to dry on its back rather than sitting it straight onto the jar, but just to show you how it would prop up there.
And would that take very long to dry before you could put it on the jar?
I would say I would give it a good few hours to dry through. It will feel touch dry very quickly, but because there's depth in there, there will be moisture inside. And if you're sticking it on a card or something like that, it would seep out the moisture on the card. So a good tip is put it onto kitchen towel to leach out any moisture, or a cooling rack is good because the air will circulate.
Sure. Now, while I've actually got it in front of me, let me just show you the bonus again. It's been a while since I've mentioned it. We've got 2.5-minute queues as well on the phones. Sorry, please use the website if you can, hochanda.com. There, though, is your rubber, your fantastic mould, which is, as you can see here, suitable for either sugar paste or indeed for your air-dry clay or polymer clay. Just use it for either or. Don't use it for both, either or, and you're fine. But that's a bonus, and so is this DVD. Provided you're buying a Sugar Buttons mould in the show, it will come with this as a bonus, and that's $17.99's worth of bonus goodies. OK, that's what it's worth there. So if you buy the giraffe, the monkey, the lion, the elephant, any of those, you'll get that included. So you're only spending $8.99 on one of those animal moulds, but you get $17.99's worth of bonuses.
It's a great free gift.
And not even a P&P to consider either, so it really is fantastic. Let me remind you of the animals. They usually are the most popular, so let's have a little look at the website, because you've got the animals there. You've got the giraffe, you've got the button mould as well, 5-star review for that, the Sugar Buttons rabbit mould, sorry. The Fantasy Silicon mould, that's there if you want to go for her. There's all sorts of princesses and fairies and animals you can enjoy working with. But if you want the doors, by the way, the Enchanted Window and the door moulds, then that's $14.99, but Freedom Price takes it down to... That was down to about £12 and change. $11.99 actually, $11.99 with a 20% discount, and that, remember, will come with the bonus of the DVD and the little baby chick as well. But the animals, that's what you're wanting to have a little look of. The other options for the animals, we've got obviously the elephant that has gone but is on extended. The others are still available for immediate dispatch, so you'll get them in the next couple of days. The lion is very, very popular. we'll check that one for you. About half the stock of the monkey and the giraffe is gone. A quarter of the line is gone, but you've got everything for the mane there, everything for his arms, his legs, his mane. Absolutely beautiful. They're all great, actually. And if you've maybe got one or two from previous shows months ago or even a couple of years ago or something, this is celebrating Sugar Button's 3rd birthday. So take advantage of the special Freedom discounts plus that extra special bonus gift from Catherine and the team. But I love the monkey and the bananas in there as well. You get the mould for that too. The giraffe, exquisite. They're all lovely. 3-minute queues, 718-466. Please, if you can, use the website. That's the best way to avoid the queues. And we've got a few here to show you that are on. I'll show you the train again, actually, because the MDF train you'll find on the website. That's from Catherine's collection. But there they are, poking through. There they are, day out at the seaside or something like that on the way. They're brilliant, aren't they? The giraffe poking his head out of the train. He's the driver. He's in charge. Is that a good thing or not? I don't know. But here we've got the elephant in a frame. Here they are. They look great in little MDF frames. They really, really do. As nursery decorations. But you can, of course, decorate boxes, you can decorate jars, as Catherine's going to show you in a second. But you can also then go on to make all sorts of wonderful creations. Something that's three-dimensional, like almost like Noah's Ark here. As Catherine said, a sweet dispenser. That would be superb. This is only a little pot, like a ceramic glazed pot. Put the air-dry clay around it, put the characters around it. Suddenly you've got a Noah's Ark effect. And then, of course, the fairy doors and the fairy windows. You can use those on skirting boards, but of course you can also use them on things that are cylindrical like this. And again, it could be a tea light that you put maybe a battery-operated light in. It could be, again, a sweet container. The lid could come off, the roof could come off. Or maybe you just want to make things that look just out of this world, like a fantasy land of houses and characters. The window door and silicone moulds, $14.99, and that's $393,230. Now the rabbit, where's the rabbit gone? The rabbit is... Oh, here, on the plaque. There he is. Now, the rabbit is proving popular because, obviously, Easter rabbit, Easter chick kind of go together. And if you buy this, this will come with the chick and it will come with the DVD as well. It's approaching limited, is it? Approaching limited stock for your rabbit silicone mould, and you've got, of course, the ability to have a rear end view and a front view, which is rather quite cute. I love it. At $10.99 the price, and the ears are separate, remember, and the body's separate, so you can, again, make the ears floppy, make one stood up, the other one not, put paws over the eyes like he is there. Fantastic. $10.99. He's covered up his embarrassment. 907-206. Now, we haven't shown you the cat and the dog, which usually, historically, is one of the most popular options. Is it a choice of? You get both. You get both. You get the cat and the dog together, and they can be different colours. You can kind of go to town. But you found them on the website. Nearly 80% of the stock is gone. How gorgeous are they? And again, you've got little bits that are separate, like the dog bone is separate, the tail is separate, I think. You've also got the little tufty bit on the cat's. Yeah, that's separate as well. Oh, that's the fish, isn't it? Yeah, the fish is there with the cat. So the dog's got his bone, the cat's got his fish, everybody's happy, there's no fur flying. Now, that is $13.99, and that's a £3 saving, but there is a Freedom discount on this, only £11.89 delivered, and that, again, will come with the bonus of the chick and also the DVD too. Now, the owls as well, we've not looked at those live yet either, but this is one of the biggest moulds in the show, actually, and you've got all three on the branch, but again, you can just do one at a time if you want to. $16.99, but Freedom price today delivered is less. It's $13.59, and again, you will get your bonus DVD and the mould, the chick mould. So that's 238502. The birdhouse is really lovely as well, and again, very fashionable and very popular at the moment too in interior design. So there's your birdhouse, which could be in any colour you choose. You can have birds in any colour. The branch and all that is separate, so you can kind of build up a scene. That's a 15% discount for Freedom members, saving you £5.10, down to £11.89 delivered. This is the benefit of Freedom. There's no P&P at all to worry about. Standard P&P is always taken care of. And it's only $6.97 for Freedom membership, or maybe you're already a Freedom member from our previous promotion a couple of weeks ago. Then just take advantage of these extra flash savings. Now, the birdhouse is a third of the stock gone. And then lastly, down the end, we've got our little snail. It's absolutely... Oh, I've got some samples here of the birdhouse as well, which I didn't show you, sorry. Let's just hold those up just for a second so you can see them. Gorgeous. Really gorgeous. And here we've got a little welcome sign as well that you could hang maybe in the porch or on a door handle. That looks lovely too. And that's featuring the snail, actually, and the toadstool too. So they work really well with the birdhouses, actually. And there they are, gorgeous. And maybe make some fantastic framed pictures as well. Now, if you do want to order on the website to avoid the queues that we've had consistently on our phones, 2.5 minutes have been the kind of average queue on the phone, which isn't ideal, I know, sorry about that. If you want to use the website, hochanda.com, there's not a queue there. It will know that you're a Freedom member, and it will also apply the discount, and it will also, of course, apply the bonus gift, which you don't have to ask for. It will automatically come in your basket, provided you're buying something that is the Sugar Buttons mould collection. Okay, there's your basket. 3 items with this order, it tells you that, and then you just basically go to checkout, process your order. You're not paying any P&P, you're getting extra Freedom discount. And there are some other suggestions as to things you might like. For example, there are the alphabets and numbers and wires if you want to make your characters more 3D and have them, you know, protruding from a cake or something like that. There we are, add Freedom, let's join Freedom, and that will take the delivery cost off by joining Freedom straight away. Just $6.97 for a whole month, and you can opt out whenever you choose after your month. You don't have to keep going for 6 months or a year or anything like that. Okay, so it's all there. Freedom is, of course, 88888. That's the Freedom item number, and $6.97 is your cost for a month. There we go, excellent. Right then.
Right, I was going to do the rabbit. Am I still allowed? Have we got stock, or do I need to do something else?
We need to make a phone call, but I think we can still demo with it.
Still demo the rabbit, right. I don't, because I've got another demo, and the later show, obviously, we can do different things, and I'm trying not to sort of jump too far ahead. We've got new viewers who are wanting to start with the basics as well, and the rabbit is another great one if you wanted something quite simple to work with.
Can we leave the rabbit till the later show?
We can do, yeah, we can leave the rabbit. I shall go with...
Okay, the rabbit has unfortunately sold out, but we'll try and get extended delivery, but we haven't got that confirmed yet, so if we could do another demo, if that's all right.
We'll go to the snail and toasters.
Okay.
Then, because, again, this is another one of my favourites. When I designed this one, you know, I thought, are people going to want snails? And actually, it's been such a popular little mould, and I think the toasters are part of it as well. And a lovely one to mix with that fairy door in the window and the fairy itself and all those other sugar button moulds. So very easy to work with again. The snail himself has quite a surprised look on his face, but it's one of those where if you want to change the features, you can do. So we'll start with the simple bit. I'm going to start with the toastools, and you get 2 little stalks. One face is left, one face is right. And I've just dusted out with a bit of corn flour again. You don't even need a rolling pin for this. You can just push that in with fingertips. Just make sure that the clay is right to the top of the mould so that you've got a nice rounded stalk. Now, there are times when I would say, you know, when you've a little bit more advanced, when you've had a play with them, you've got used to the moulds, then start to work with those different colours. And there are times also where I would say there are things that I would suggest you ignore. Don't worry about them. There's shortcuts that you can do, and hopefully we can cover some of those today. So I've just taken the 2 little stalks out. I mean, you could colour those into a beigey colour if you like, or something else, but we're going to work with the top of the toadstool now, and you'll notice that we've got the little spots in there. Now, when you're building up the colours, normally I would put the individual colours into the different areas, but this is one of those moulds where I would say ignore them. And I said about shortcuts, ignore them. So I'm going to take some pink. You could go with red, you could go with blue, we could go with whatever colour you like. I'm just going to fill that mould up. Now I'm hoping the camera will be able to pick up what I'm going to do next, because I am going to put another colour in there. But again, it is something you could add afterwards with some paint. If you want to use acrylic paint or something like that, you could do. But just ignore the spots. If you try and fill each of those individual little spots, they are going to pop out.
If that was sugar paste, though, could you put food colouring on there instead of acrylic paint?
Yeah. Food colouring, you get all these edible paints and things for food as well. So the techniques are really the same, aren't they, with the fondant as the clay, but you just use edible products as against non-edible. Now, I probably should have showed you before I did this, before I put the clay in, but there's a definite line where you see the underside of the toadstool. So you could either put the colour in and take it out of the hole and paint it in, or you can push away with a little tool, a Dresden tool or a ball tool, and just so you can see that little bit of a feature there. So I'll do the same on this one. Might have to have a TV first today, Dave. I've had to pick up a cheap pair of reading glasses. I'm getting old and my eyes are going.
Oh, tell me about it. So, I'd offer you mine, but I don't think we'd be much use to.
I don't know if it's because I've been working so late every night, but this week it's like I can't even see. So if I suddenly put glasses on, you know why.
Okay.
Right, now I've just exposed that little area there, and I've rolled out some of the white clay, and I'm going to push that into place. Now I found it easier to do it this way rather than to try and get the white bit in first and then the other colour. And once you've got the white in there, you can push the other colour over the top, because this is going to be the back. It's what's happening at the front of the mould that counts, so you just want to make sure you have got that little area free. But you were right when you said to me, do you look at the shape and then make the clay to that shape? When I'm filling in spaces or areas, that I do that. I try and shape the clay a little bit.
Just makes life easier.
It makes it much easier, and that way you're not going to overfill in the same way.
If you do need any of these tools that Catherine's using, then have a look on the website. We do plastic versions of them for predominantly cake decorating, but you can also use them for your air-dried clay as well. But they'll be on the website.
You only need a plastic one. It's the same as my rolling pin. It is an acrylic rolling pin, but it's a very heavy acrylic. You only need one of those sugar paste ones, the white ones. You can pick them up from the supermarket. You don't need anything special. I would just say avoid wood. Go with an acrylic one.
Right.
Don't go with a children's wooden rolling pin, because it tends to stick a little bit. Right, so then again, just flex around the mould, and you can see, because the clay is a little bit drier, it's just going to pop out. And if I just hold that up so you can see it a little bit more, you can see it's picked up that detail underneath now.
Brilliantly.
It just saves painting, because although it's fine to paint, you've not got a problem doing that at all, some people aren't the best with a paintbrush, and to me it's just a neater finish if you put the colours in and let the colours dry. It's already done for you. You get a fantastic sort of finish to it.
This could be a little toadstool village, couldn't it?
It could. So, but the spots themselves, now there's two things you could do. Again, you could use your paint, or because the guidelines are there, it's just as easy just to break off tiny bits of clay like that and just pop them over the top. So you're kind of using what's there as a guideline.
Now, just to let everybody know, we are in a situation where a lot of the stock of some of these moulds has gone, but what we're trying to do is talk to Katie Sue to get extended delivery on many of the items. So do bear with us. If something's appearing out of stock right now, give us 2-3 minutes, we'll let you know where we are. We knew this would be a popular show, but it's actually exceeded our expectations. We thought we'd have enough for 2 shows, but that's not the case. But yeah, anything that's out of stock, we're trying to get it back on extended delivery for you, so bear with us, we'll let you know.
Okay, so you can see we've got one with spots and one that's not got the spots coloured in yet, so very easy just to follow the guidelines there. So you could use those, as you say, for a little fairy village. They'd look great outside the enchanted door.
Definitely.
But you've also got the snail in there.
Has he got a name?
He hasn't. Do you know, we ought to get people emailing in with a name, didn't we, really?
Joe's saying what? Steve the
Snail.
That's what Joe the director thinks. Well, the one in Magic Roundabout, that was Brian, wasn't it?
Brian was in the Magic. I had this conversation on Facebook the other day with someone. I did a snail in MDF on Friday, and he's one of my favourite MDF pieces as well, because he's got a really happy, smiley face, and it just makes me smile when I paint him. So, right, I'm going to use, I think, actually, because it's a little bit dry. I pre-mixed all the colours before I came on air, but it's very tricky in the studio, because you've either got air conditioning or heat that dries it, or if you mix too late to the show, it can be a little bit wet. So I'm going to go with a bit of the grey that we used for the elephant, because I know it's dried out a little bit. So just a reminder there, if ever you find that the clay is sticking, it's not coming out the mould very well, it's usually the clay's a little bit too wet.
2-minute queues on the phones, so the website's the best way, as we always say, obviously, to avoid the queue, and this is nearly limited stock for the snail and the toadstool as well. So many of you. Sammy the snail, is it? That's
Sammy
our bio.
The snail.
Everyone's getting involved now. you can make up a name yourself. But if you want the snail and the toadstools, they're about to go. The current stock that we have for immediate delivery is about to go. Be quick.
The snail is one of those little moulds that you'll go to time and time and time again, because it's just a fun character that fits in amongst everything. So with the birdhouse, it can be at the bottom of the birdhouse, it can be next to the fairy door, it can be in all those different places. Now what I've done there, I've just filled the head in for now. I could have done the snail shell first and then gone back to the head, but you'll find a way that works best for you. You'll notice a lot of the shows when you see Norrin doing moulds and the full moulds without building up the colours, you can just go with one lump of clay and spread it around, push it in one go. I tend to work in pieces because I'm building those colours up.
Now, news about the fairy door. Here's the updates. We're getting the latest situation up. Yeah, thick and fast. It's coming through. Now, the fairy door is now on extended delivery. The fairy door and the fairy window. Okay, and that is $14.99. Extended delivery. What, a couple of days? Yeah, a couple of days extended delivery, so you won't have to wait long at all. And the cat and the dog is in the same situation as well. Immediate delivery's gone, but a couple of days' time it'll be on its way to you if you want the cat and dog. You'll still get the freedom discounts, and you'll still get your fantastic bonus. One per customer per order. This is the animal project DVD, worth about £15, and then you also get, of course, the chicks. So your bonus is going to be worth about £17.99. The snail is now limited stock as well.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Right, we better get a shell on then.
Yeah.
So I've mixed a yellow and a blue, just so you can see a good contrast with the two colours. And I've made 2 sausages, and I'm just going to twist those round and then twist them round again. And it's just so I get that marbled effect into the clay. So once you start to mix it a little bit further, you want to be careful not to over mix it, because if you do, then you'll get a solid colour. So what I'm looking for is kind of a marbled effect without it being too obvious that there's 2 colours in there. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. So you can see the yellow and the blue together. And
Definitely.
You can do this in any colour that you like. And I'm just going to push that into the snail's shell there. Let me just take that out and show you. If I just run this tool around here, you can see the edge of the shell. So you want to make sure you don't overfill that particular area. Now what I'm doing here is sloping up. If I turn that way, I'm sloping up the clay onto the outside of the mould, because the shell kind of dips in a little bit. It's hard when you're doing this for people to properly see maybe, but when you get to work with it, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. You can leave that overhanging for the time being, or you can break it off, but I'm just going to leave it there.
Now, the snail on the toadstool has gone for immediate delivery. Congratulations if you got it, but that's the same scenario. We are getting extended delivery on it for you as well. So basically everything that's sold out in the show, don't worry, don't fret. You can have it still with the same deal. You'll just wait a couple of days, that's all, and it'll be on its way to you, so not long to wait at all.
Okay, so I've just filled in the rest of the snail's body there with the grey, and this here then could actually be brought over the top to fill the rest of the mould. So you could have broken that away and filled it all with the grey, or bring that back over if you've got the excess, because you want to make sure that the mould is nice and full. Always a good idea on the larger pieces especially to go over with that rolling pin to make sure it's very well compacted down, and then always go around that edge with a fingertip.
And that goes for every mould?
It does, yeah. So the biggest tip I can give you, I'm hoping I can cover it on the next show, some tricks where if you miss bits out or you want to change things, it's easy to do it. If there's any areas of the mould, if you're building up the colours separately, that you're finding tricky, just ignore them and then go back with the detail like I did with the toadstool.
Oh, look at him, he's great. Look at his expression on his face as well. I love it.
So you can see there, he's not, oops, making him look like he's got an Elvis lip. Right, you could have put a tiny bit of clay in the mould for the nose, because it would pick it up, but as a beginner I would say one of those areas, ignore it. Take the smallest amount of clay and roll it into a ball with a fingertip, and your cocktail sticks are the best tools. Now I'm just going to wet that just so make sure it sticks, and I'm going to stick a nose just over the top. Okay, and then you could give him, if you want, put some little balls of clay on his antennae. I don't normally do this, but again, it's just showing you ways of adapting it. Now, I'm just wetting with a fingertip. It's best really to have a cup of water next to you and a paintbrush to do that, but
You're just kind of adding things to make it a little bit more personal, a little bit more unique.
That's right. So it's just that if the clay has gone a little bit dry, just damp the surface and then the clay will stick. It's better to do that than use glue, but although I would, with the elephant, I did put his little trunk on. Now for the eye itself, I'm going to keep this very simple and just use one colour. You could paint that in, and I was showing the other day, and I have done in all the shows, using these little ball tools to paint with rather than paint brushes. But I'm actually going to use the ball tool just to make that eye socket a little bit bigger. So use what's there as a guideline, and I'm just going to have to find my black clay. And then, as I say, you could paint these in, but I like to see something immediately rather than going back and adding the details. So take, again, the smallest amount of clay, and I'm just using a cocktail stick to break a little bit off, and picking it up and pop it in. Okay, so what you're looking for, look at the size of the ball tool that you've made that hole with. Yeah. And obviously you don't want the ball of clay to be any bigger than that. Now there's two more tricks I'm going to do, and I would normally do this on the elephant as well. I didn't show it because I wanted to move on and not waste any more time on that demo, but add some little rosy cheeks with some powder.
He's a healthy little fella.
Yeah, it does make a difference. It warms up the face, it brings him to life. You can always put a little bit on his chest as well if you like. Just very, very subtle. And the biggest tip, and I would do this with paint. Now I can do this with clay with the smallest amounts, but it's not easy if you're a new starter. So, nice sharp cocktail stick or a pokey tool or even a little needle. Just dip the point into some paint and just put the tiniest little white dot in the eye.
Now he comes to life.
And it brings him to life, yeah. And then when he's dry, you can stick him on your projects. As I say, if it's going on a card or something like that, make sure that it's thoroughly dry before you stick it down.
Now, we only have a couple of minutes left on this show. Catherine and myself are back at 2 o'clock with more great offers. We still will have our amazing bonus, which basically is if you buy any Sugar Buttons mould, and it has to be a Sugar Buttons mould, not any of the other moulds or the clay that's in the show, it has to be a Sugar Buttons mould. You will get your bonus chick mould, and you get your bonus DVD, 3 hours worth of instruction and tutorial as to how to get the most out of your characters. Worth $17.99, you're only spending $8.99 on, say, the snail and the toadstools. So what about that? You know, you're getting a discount by being in the Freedom Club, you're getting your postage paid for because you're in the Freedom Club, and you're getting a $17.99 bonus as well, just to celebrate the fact that it's Sugar Button's 3rd birthday with us. All of the items, am I right in saying all the items are still available, but on extended now, most of them? Okay, so nothing is completely unavailable, everything is still available, but a lot of them are on extended delivery. But it's not like a week or 2 weeks to wait, it's literally a couple of days extended delivery. So if you want the fairy princess, if you want the fairy, if you want the ballerina, if you want the monkey, the giraffe or whatever, they'll be with you in the next few days. So if you are planning maybe using the characters for like Easter projects for cakes or decoration,
yeah,
or
oh yes, definitely, yeah. Well, this is the great thing about KT2, they're a British company, everything's manufactured here in the UK. Good. You know, so you're not having to wait for things to come over on containers and things like that.
Right, so, I'll tell you what, I think KTC is going to be very busy this afternoon with all the orders that have come in today. By the way, if you do want the black hearty air-dried clay for the eyes and that sort of thing, it comes with the red and it comes with the green. There's packs of 3 on the website if you want those as well. We literally have about 45 seconds left. So what projects are we doing it to?
Do you know, I'm going to speak to the producers and see what they want to wear. I think if we cover the animals again, because they're very versatile, they look simple but they're versatile. Okay. And maybe we can try and do a princess or something like that. And we'll throw in as much as we can. So please tune in later, because there will be more hints and tips as well.
And add to your order, if you haven't got any at the moment, the 200 grams of the hearty white clay as well. Check out what you want. Remember, if you go for a Sugar Buttons mould, and it has to be one of those, you'll get as a bonus $17.99's worth of chick and DVD as well. Right, see you after lunch then.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Should be good. Brilliant. Okay, lots to look forward to this afternoon here on Hochanda. Matt's going to be with you with Chloe in a couple of seconds, but we'll look ahead to show you some of the other shows that you can expect throughout the afternoon. So yes, it's Chloe's Creative Cards on the way with Matt. Always a busy show. Then we have our Daisy Chain Designs one-day special. That's at 1 o'clock. And then Catherine and myself back at 2 o'clock with some Sugar Buttons demonstrations. And of course, don't forget those bonuses as we continue our flash sale.
Hi, I'm Lizzie, and I've been chosen to represent the brand of Threaders from Crafter's Companion. How exciting is that? Now, I've seen a few little bits and pieces that are going to come our way, and they are so exciting. So there's machine embroidery, there's applique, there's quilting, there's just normal stitching. What can we say? It's absolutely fantastic. Think of all those things, and I'm going to inspire you, the new stitcher, and I'm going to inspire you, the experienced stitcher. And hopefully all of us together will be on that journey and we can learn from each other. So join me for the Threaders shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Emma. And I'm Pam.
And we're from Quilters Trading Post. We've been open since 2007, so we're coming up to 10 years now.
We started our business in Cambridge, really, with a long arm quilting machine. We decided we wanted to make a proper business of it, so we bought a shop in this area. We soon grew out of that because we became successful, and we bought a school, and now we're in the school.
We have 4 parts to our business. We have the quilting service, we run workshops, we sell patchwork and quilting threads, fabrics and notions, and we do patterns and books. That's our newest thing, and our favourite being our crafters carry-all.
We've really enjoyed being on Hochanda. It's made us famous, really. We've got lots of people who now come into the shop and tell us that they've seen us, and that they've enjoyed the demonstrations, and they've watched us over and over again.
Make sure you don't miss our shows here on Hochanda.
It is the Freedom Flash Save event at the moment, and it ends tonight at 6 p.m. So freedom prices, freedom discounts across the board on all of our live shows between now and 6 p.m. Except Chloe's show. No, not except Chloe's show. We've got them across the board on today's programme, including everything, all of this sparkleicious, the wham bottom powders.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah, and even our brand new set here, which
I know.
Oh, we demonstrated this earlier on at 8 a.m. What do you think's captured people's imagination with it, Chloe?
I think everyone's just ready for kind of spring-like cards, really pretty, added your sparkle onto there, and I think there's just so much that you can do with them.
Yeah, it's so true, and I think that's borne out in the fact that every single sample is different. That you're looking at, even on this shot, you know, you've got the lovely, lovely blossom colours, those pinks, there's apple blossoms and cherry blossoms, but just colour coordinate it however you want.
Yeah, and of course you can mix and match them with anything that you've already got as well.
Yeah, anything else on today's show too. And we won't let you just get away with one set today, because there's so much to add to your order to get that mixing and matching and coordinating as well. This first set here, I'm so pleased to say we still have some. I was so scared this morning to think that it might be gone by now, but we've got 2/3 of the stock gone, sold and spoken for. So definitely get in there early. It's already a busy option. People are already buying this now. So do get on that phone and order yours, and don't miss out. You're getting so much here.
Yeah, you are, definitely. So you've got 2 stamps in the set. So you've got the cherry blossom tree top and the cherry blossom tree base, and then you've also got the cherry blossom tree top die as well. So of course you can use them independently, you can use them together, and it just creates really beautiful images for you.
One of my favourite cards is just using the die actually here. This is by Ruth. I love this earlier on to be able to showcase it. Look at this.
Really clever, but really easy to do. So all she's done is place the die at the top and the bottom, then added some glitters over the top, and you can see the effect that that gives you. You're kind of like creating a lovely panel on there.
Yeah, and then a classic. This is a nice one to show, because this is kind of alternative, like, where's the tree?
Yeah.
You know, but then to wind it straight back, and there's your cherry blossom tree.
So you can use this in lots of different ways. So this one's actually been paper pieced, using some patterned papers, then adding your sparklicious glitters onto there as well. So there's so much that you can do. The
sparklicious glitters, very, very busy at the moment, so make sure that order's in, seriously, don't miss out.
And then this one's stamped and embossed onto vellum in white here, so a really pretty effect. I think this would be nice for a wedding card as well.
Oh, yeah,
if you did it all in white and silver, it would be lovely.
Definitely. Even just stamping it without any of the die cuts on the surface.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Just build it up, you know, make it a seasonal tree, you know, and then look at this as well with the lovely peachy colours.
Yeah, that's right. So using your ink pads with these, using all of your glitters, you can see the effect that that then gives you.
Yeah, beautiful. And there's such a life to it as well when you pop out the petals of the blossom. It just springs life. Let me bring that one down again and let me show this. Oh, by the way, if you're loving that sentiment, wishing you a wonderful birthday, hang in there. It's in one of the other sets.
That one's coming up. But what Barbara's done here is just use the tree base, and then she's used the butterflies from our large butterfly border die. Just snip them out and pop them onto the tree. So you can see how everything that we've brought you previously is going to mix and match with these two.
It's a great card to show that, to show how you can add the butterflies on there if you've got the dies from any other set. And also that's your blossom branch. That's one of the stamps that is coming up later on the show. It's just there actually, but that's the blossom branch at the bottom, just by the trunk. So 842002. There are so many reasons why this is going so fast. It's £24.99 plus delivery normally, but today another reason why this is absolutely flying out is it's £22.49 including your postage when you order from Chloe today, and that's thanks to the Freedom Flash Save. It's
very busy. I won't scare you by saying how quick that's going, but definitely order early. Now we're looking at the blossom branch. We just saw this at the bottom of the last card, didn't we, Chloe?
Yeah,
and that
that's
lovely
right.
border.
So you've got the lovely cherry blossom branch there, and then you've got the cherry blossom lace border. I couldn't have given these harder names to say, could I? It's a real tongue twister.
We managed it at 8 a.m. So I don't know, yeah.
So you can really mix and match these. The border obviously makes a fabulous border on your cards, a lovely background, and the cherry blossom branch is so versatile.
You'll see these being used by Chloe, but they are clear stamps, okay? Clear photopolymer, made in the UK. Very, very easy to stamp with. Talking of clear, this is on clear acetate and just cut round, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So just using some heat-resistant acetate, stamping and embossing the cherry blossom branch, using your glitters onto there, adding some jewels, and using it as like a filler behind the foliage, which is behind the flowers, sorry, as foliage. Really, really easy to do.
And do I spot some salted caramel?
Yes, a little bit of salted caramel on there.
Oh yeah, all right. So there it is, the salted caramel sparkalicious. We'll get there, baby. And then you've got your florals here. So add, you know, these we might already have. We might already have our stamps and dies. Oh, and then the other stamp in the collection is the lace border. That's created a whole backdrop here.
That's right. So just using some chalk, so stamping it in your clear ink pad, then popping your chalks over the top. You can see how by using it in panels, it creates a really beautiful finished card. Then we've got the sentiment coming up as well.
Yeah, that's on the way. Here's the sentiment again, but there's the blossom branch now on the left-hand side.
Yeah, just using it down the side here, mixing and matching, using the die from the cherry blossom tree top here in the background too, and then using one of our previous stamps as well.
May I share this one as well? Look at this for the blossom branch. Lovely. So it doesn't have to be a full size, like 8x8 or anything. Yeah.
So easy to do as well. All I've done is stamped and embossed the branch in the background in gold embossing powder, then used my PVA glue, infilled all of the flowers and covered it in bubble bath glitter.
Really nice. This is going 3/4 of the stock gone already. And if you're thinking, hang on a minute, Chloe's shows are busy, I know, but we were here at 8 a.m. as well. So yeah, 8 a.m. this morning, a lot of the stock spoken for, 3/4 gone. 675 647 to order now. You do get both stamps, and it's £11.69 plus including delivery to order now on that stamp duo. Lots and lots to choose from, but they all coordinate with each other. By all means, buy your blossom die and stamp duo and use them independently. Get the last two stamps that we just saw, use them independently, but using them with some of the others really works. Again, this is the cherry blossom border now, isn't it? And the sentiment that we've been talking about.
So you've got the lovely solid border here, and you've also got the sentiment, which you've seen on so many of the cards. So you'll be able to see from the card just above here that Ruth's done. What she's done is just use the border down either side and then use the cherry blossom tree top die and just overlaid some of the cherry blossoms. So you can see what a lovely effect that's going to give you at home.
Yeah, that's really nice. I love it in the white embossing powder as well. There's another card that caught my eye earlier with the white embossing powder, so it's lovely to know that it does emboss well. Oh, wow, look at this!
Yes, I've brought this card in. This is one of Barbara's, and I'm actually going to use this for my first demo.
Oh, are you?
So what she's done is use the panel on the front here, along with the blossom dies that we've got in the show. It might be a little bit hard to pick up the border on here, because what she's done is stamped and embossed it onto white pearl card in a pearl embossing powder, which gives you a slightly different look. And then using the blossom dies there too, using the marshmallow glitter, the sentiment, this literally uses everything on here. So then if we open it up inside, we've got the lovely branch stamped and embossed down the side here.
Oh, look at that.
And then we've got the tree in the middle. So you can see how literally everything is going to mix and match together for you.
Yeah, how did I miss this at 8 o'clock this morning? Wow, what a piece.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
That's when you want to put everything into a card and a piece of home decor that's just going to sit on the side for years to come. It's absolutely lovely. Do you know, this is worth showing as well, actually, because you've got your cherry blossom die and stamp. But then it shows how well it works with the background.
That's right. So using the border down the side here, really pretty. Again, stamped and embossed, and you can see how lovely that then looks.
And the sentiment there as well. Just check this one out too, just in case, because you might think about using your butterfly dies in your birthday wishes stamp that you might already have from Chloe. But that's a lovely backdrop there with the wow embossing powder and the sparkalicious.
Yeah, that's right. So it's slightly different colours there, so you can see how by changing the colours you can totally change the look.
Oh yeah. £11.99 plus delivery to order. However, there is a Freedom Flash Save event price on this, meaning you will save even more. You won't pay delivery and you'll get your discount as well. 464,875. The Freedom price on this, I forget, I think it pushes it under £11. I think it's like £10.79. Yes, £10.79 including your postage. And here as well, Chloe, this is the basis of the flower that we've just seen, and we saw it demonstrated at 8 o'clock.
That's right, yeah. So these are the blossom dies. So these are fabulous. You've got 3 different sizes in here. You've got the large, large, the medium and the small. So you're going to be able to die cut these out, layer them together, use them independently, but you can make so many different types of flowers from these. It really is such a lovely accent to have to pop onto your project.
Yeah, I might challenge you and say, well, make a fuchsia then, but you did.
I did.
8 o'clock this morning. You know, very, very versatile. You can make lots of different types of flowers just from these simple dies. And then the cards that you're about to see here, oh, look at these. The ones just up above. They say it all, really.
Yeah, so using your patterned papers with them, obviously adding your sparklicious glitter onto there, and then the pink ones just using vellum, and you can see how delicate that then looks. Yeah. But then by adding the cherry blossom stamps into the background there, it really gives it a lovely delicate feel.
Yeah, you can see that cherry blossom branch there. So 553437 is your item number, $14.99 plus delivery, but don't forget that Freedom price because of the Freedom Flash Save event at the moment. It ends at 6 o'clock tonight, but you can see from the lightning bolt behind us, Freedom Flash Save until tonight at 6 p.m. Freedom prices across all live shows, including this. It's $13.79, I think I remember, and it's $14.99 plus delivery normally. And then we've got the Sparklicious here too.
We have.
Wonderful glitter.
And I'm so excited to be bringing these to you because I just love glitter and I love Sparklicious. So these are the brand new colours. It'll be the first time you've seen these today. So we've got 4 colours in the pink collection. We've got Bubble Bath, which is a lovely kind of soft pinky lilac. We've then got Disco Fever, but look at the sparkle that you've got in there. It is amazing. We've then got Raspberry Ripple, which is like a pink and blue mix, and we've got Marshmallow, which is more of like a flake glitter. So you're going to get all different colours shining through from that one.
Really, they're all lovely. $17.99 including delivery if you're with Freedom. A price on screen if you're not. 725244. They are different item numbers. So that's the pinks for your current item number there, 725244. The ones just below that will just flip the details for you to show. One of my favourites is that grasshopper though. This is the cool colours.
Yeah, so these are fabulous again. So we've got Blueberry Sorbet in there, which is like a lovely blue lilac. We've then got Sky's the Limit, which is a lovely kind of aqua blue colour, really, really pretty. We've then got Salted Caramel, which is like a lovely cool gold, so it's got a more silvery tone to that one. And then we've got Grasshopper, which is that lovely vibrant green, which is fabulous for foliage.
Yeah, it's nice. 1426680 item number. Again, Freedom prices apply, and it definitely pays to be joining Freedom at the moment. You get your discounts and you don't pay delivery, so it really does pay back to join Freedom rather. It's $6.97 a month, and you get unlimited standard delivery. You get discounts like this, and you get a member's badge and newsletter, and you basically stay up to date. The emails they're really useful. You never miss a show technically. Have a look on the picture here, and you'll see a very special set. This has got a 50% Freedom discount attached to it. $39.99 plus delivery for your cocktail and Prosecco stamp collection. However, you won't pay $39.99 plus delivery today. You will just pay £20, including your postage. So $23.95 more for $22.95 more for a non-Freedom member. But joining Freedom, it costs $6.97. So why pay $22.95 more when you could just pay $6.97 to join Freedom and then save that £20 and then your delivery? Basically, why not join Freedom? That's why it's a Freedom Why Not deal. 227-388 to order on that stamp set right now. So Chloe, what are you planning to use?
Right then, so we're going to be using everything, to be honest, in the first demo. So there's going to be lots of techniques, lots of little pieces that you can take away to make for smaller projects as well, so you can use them in lots of different ways. But what I wanted to show you first was how to do the tree and how to build it up. So we're going to go for a little bit of a different colour here. So I've got like a tealy coloured ink pad, which is going to go really nicely with my base card. So we're going to ink this up. So this is actually it's called Pearlescent Jade, this ink pad. So we're going to ink this up. And then we're going to place this down.
We may not last the hour on many of these stamp sets, and on this set we're using the blossom tree, but it comes with the cherry blossom die as well.
So then we're going to lift that off. So you can see how that gives you that lovely, crisp, vibrant image.
Lovely shape, yeah.
We're going to just take the cherry blossom tree base die. Stamp, sorry, yeah. Not die. Getting all confused. Now what you can do is, if you're using a paler ink pad, pop a piece of white card underneath and you can see where you've inked.
Just gentle taps all over.
Lots and lots of light tapping. There we go, so that's desert sand in Memento that I'm using for this one. I always find it easier to stamp this way, not quite sure why, it's just me.
I don't know, if you stampers feel the same way, you know, for the portrait versus landscape.
Yeah.
It's easier to get it down there sideways.
There we go. Right, so
And
just place that down and press.
Acrylic blocks.
Then we've lifted that off, and you can
nice.
see how lovely that image then is.
Yeah.
So really, really pretty. And quite funky as well in different colours by just changing it up. But imagine doing this for home decor as well and putting it in some 3D box frames and things like that. And of course, if you're making and selling your projects as well, we have a full angel policy. So as long as you're hand stamping, you can make and sell as many finished cards as you like.
Okay. So hand stamping, no setting up lots of complex machinery like Wallace and Gromit and stuff, and doing sort of multiple stamping and stuff. You know, set your porridge going, set your stamping press going. No, hand stamped.
Yeah, hand
stamped. As much as you want. Yeah.
So all I've then done is just lined the die up over the top here, so you can see how perfectly that then sits on the image. What we're then going to do is pop this through our die cutting machine. So I'm using a Gemini. I'm going to actually pop a bit of different tape on because that's lifting off a little bit there.
Yeah, we said this earlier, we're using a Gemini, but you can use any normal die cutting machine.
Any die cutting machine.
Dies, so.
Yeah, any die cut machine at all. So your Grand Caliber, your Cuttlebug, your Big Shot, any of those. Platinum, yeah, any at all. Just going to move my magnetic shim out of the way there, sorry. Right, so you're just going to pop it over the top like so. So you can see how easy it is to line up. I tend to use that flower there as a reference point.
Okay. Very easy to line up though, very easy.
Yeah.
Just follow
so
that
then we'll
line.
just run this through our machine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, turning it on is
Helps
good.
if you turn the machine on, that does normally help.
Give it a couple of seconds. It is on.
It is, yeah. Let's pull this back.
There we go.
There we go.
That's interesting.
Not taking it. Right, what we'll do is we'll skip a little bit further forward and see if I can have another die cutting machine, if possible.
You've
right.
got your sandwich ready.
So, I know, it's all sorted.
Would be, then,
right then, so what we're going to do is we'll use the cherry blossom branch. So what in effect we're doing is we're building up different panels for our cards. So we're going to build this panel up here.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see how really, really pretty this is.
Yeah, that's a lovely work. That,
So what we're going to do is
that's
pop
just
that
two stamps there, isn't it? One stamp stamped twice.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to pop that to one side, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to take an anti-static bag and dust that over, and then we'll use our cherry blossom branch stamp. And some, I'm just going to use some plain silver embossing powder.
Yeah.
So then we'll just ink this up.
The cherry blossom branch is now limited stock, so it's very, very, very much the closest. Everything's in danger of going this hour, but the cherry blossom branch officially limited stock now. $11.69 including postage. To order it straight away, it's 675-647. And just as we're overhead there, you can see we've just light taps on our cherry blossom branch.
So we've inked that up. So I've already stamped one image. So I'm going to pop this one here. There we go. And then we're going to re-ink our stamp. And that one's going to go there.
Lovely.
There we go. So you can see how you can build this panel up. So I don't know whether you'd be able to grab the little 6x6 card using the cherry blossom branch. It's at the back of the pile, I think.
Definitely.
That's using the same technique as what I'm showing you now. So what I'm going to do is just heat this up. So I'm just holding the heat gun still. And then as soon as I see that powder start to melt and change, I'm just moving the heat gun over the image.
Can I show either of these, please?
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
Is that the one you meant? Was that one, I think?
The other one, this one, yeah.
Okay, but either one I can show.
It's the same technique. So what you do is do exactly what I've done here and just randomly stamp it all over your card, emboss it in gold, and then infill it with your glitters. So I'll show you how to do the infilling now because I'm going to infill this panel. So you just work your way along until this is all nicely heated up. But look at how delicate this image is. Imagine this in white embossed onto vellum for a wedding card as well. Wouldn't that be lovely?
No, he's talking. Yeah, very, very pretty. detailed, you know, it's just got everything going on for it.
Really nice. So what we're then going to do is just take our PVA glue.
Because once it's on parchment, once it's embossed onto parchment, you go in there with your pencils, your Pergaminer pencils, Pergaliners, and start to colour it from behind. And
that would be fabulous, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Or do what you're doing from the fact that you can do so many different things. You know, you've got your glue and you're going to glitter over the top and infill now.
Or if you love colouring in with your pens, imagine stamping this and then colouring it in with your pens. That would be just amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is just infill this with all of the glue again.
So this is very, very, very close to going indeed. It's limited stock, but it's extremely limited. We were very busy this morning at 8 a.m, extremely busy as well now. In fact, it's gone just while we've been talking. Live, this is happening right now. Technically sold out. Lots of you do have it in your basket though, so that means technically sold out means all stock allocated. In turn, that means check it out as soon as you can. It's a really, really good price, so you've done well to get hold of it, I think, as well, so lucky ones.
So what I'm going to do now is just cover it with the Sky's the Limit glitter from the Cool set, which is lovely.
The sparklicious.
So if you can, I would add that into your basket as well, because it just looks so pretty on there.
Yeah, why is it sparklicious? It's all the different sizes, isn't it, of the glitter? That's why.
It is, and it's cut from all different films as well, and it makes such a massive difference. But you can see how beautiful that looks. So what I'm going to do is pop that to one side and leave that here, and we'll run the tree through the die cutting machine.
Okay, then.
Okay.
There we are.
Right.
Got that.
Out the way.
So we've got our sandwich ready to go.
I'm just going to check that I haven't moved the die.
Yeah, rebuild it.
Just in case, which of course I have. Right, so really easy. You're just going to pop your die over the top. Like so. Tape it into place. Flip it over. Okay. Run it through your die cutting machine. There we go.
Lovely stuff.
So that's just going to go straight through there, and then we'll catch it the other side.
Okay, this is the Cherry Blossom stamp set. You've got two stamps. So you've got your tree with the trunk and branches, and then you've got your overlaying stamp there, although you stamped that one first, actually. I say the overlaying one, but you stamp your flowers first, and then your branches and trunk. And then you've got the die as well that coordinates. There's the die that cuts into the detail. We are 80% of the stock gone. Remember me saying nothing much is going to last the show. We don't think. We've already had one sellout, and that's 80% of the stock gone now, so definitely order in early. By early, we kind of mean like now as well, don't we?
So you can see how that's then die cut. Now, what has actually happened there slightly is, can you see how the die's moved a little bit here? And what that is my machine that I have that was my machine, I put the magnetic shim through with, whereas this machine must have a little bit more pressure, so I would take the magnetic shim out and try that first. So get to know your own machine at home, and then you'll get the best results for you. Okay then, so that's that piece done, so we'll pop that to one side, and we'll finish working on this gatefold card. So we're going to do the front panels now. So to do this, we are going to take a strip of white pearl card, and we'll take our anti-static bag. We're just going to dust over, and then we'll grab our stamp. So we're using the lovely solid Cherry Blossom border stamp this time, which is really, really pretty.
Yeah, it's a very solid image, isn't it? I mean, obviously it's got its detail, but there's still that, you know, when you saw this embossed on a few of the samples, it was really nice. There was good coverage,
It's a lovely one, this one. So what we'll then do is, again, I always stamp this way around because I just find it a little bit easier.
You know, open images are lovely, but there's sometimes, you know, variety is the spice of life, as they say, and, you know, the stamp's detail, but there's a lot of infilling already done, isn't there?
That's right, yeah. So then we'll just lift this off. There we go, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of, we'll use mint posset from the Sugar Sweet collection.
Good choice, yeah, this is the
which
Wow
is really nice. This is from the Wow powders, which we've got on the show, so have a look on the website for those.
Different packs, you get a lot in there actually. Details on the screen at the moment for your Sugar Sweet collection. It's $14.99 plus delivery. There should be freedom prices across the board here as well, so a good time to buy whatever it is you've got your eye on. $13.49 including your postage if you're with Freedom. That's 602408.
Right, so we're just going to heat this up. So again, we're just going to hold the heat gun still And then as soon as we see the powder start to melt and change, which I'm just starting to see now, we're just going to move the heat gun over the image. So you can just see that powder all melting, and it kind of twinkles when it's done. There we go, so we're just working over the image like so.
I can show the other colours if you want from the Sugar Sweet collection. It is the mint possets that we're using at the moment. Just here on the top row in the middle, mint posset. These are all on white card. And then we've got creme brulee over here. We've got your pink lemonade just there with your rose colours, and then bilberry crush has always been a bit of a favourite. Banoffee pie, and then blackcurrant sundae as well. So they are sparkly embossing powders. Difficult to get that balance right with your glitter and your embossing powder.
Yeah, but they are really perfect. And Wow are a fantastic company. They really do produce excellent quality embossing powder. Right, so we'll just quickly take the backs off of here. Super, super quick. Let's have another piece.
We're going to matten layer,
There we go. I think this border just looks beautiful with your embossing powders.
Oh, yeah, it really puts it out.
Really nice. And again, onto vellum, just embossed in white. Really easy to do, but it gives you such a beautiful effect.
Oh, what a lovely finish. Thanks.
Right, so that's that there. So that's your gatefold card complete. So what I would do is when this panel's dry, I'd pop that one into there. So then you'd have like the full effect when you open the card.
Yep.
So the next thing we're going to do is I've got some of our blossom dies, which I've already cut out. So these are the dies that we've got on the show, and we're just going to build these up. So to do that, I've got a little selection here. So what I've done is I've taken some of the larger ones, just move all my stuff out of the way. Again, I'm ending up in a right mess here. And I've just pinched down the middle of each of the petals. So what we're going to do is take 3 large ones and stick them together. So a little blob of glue in the middle, just a little bit of PVA. Just to start to layer these up. And I'm just going to push that down, just so that then sticks. Then we'll add a couple more into the middle. So you can see how these flowers just build up so easily.
3 dies. Get so creative with just 3 dies. We made a fuchsia this morning on the 8 o'clock show. Out of patterned paper or plain paper with little glitter spots on it. You've got so many different things you can do.
There we go, so that's that there. I'm then going to take a little jewel just to go into the centre. So this one's going to go into here, just with a little bit of PVA glue again. So you can see how that then creates that lovely kind of blossom flower there.
Lovely embellishment.
So we're going to make a smaller one as well. So to do that, I'm just going to take 2 of the medium size.
Again, that pinching technique.
Pinch them, really easy. And of course, if you want to pinch them the other way, so they like have a valley fold, you can do that as well. Then that gives you like another type of flower.
With these flowers, we're approaching 2/3 of the stock gone as well. So it's busy everywhere at the moment. So whatever it is you're thinking about buying, everyone else seems to be as well, so definitely make sure that you are in there first. We've already had one sell out. I believe it was last time we checked on the cherry blossom, it's 80% gone on that pair, and then you've got the stamps and the die, and then these are the 3 flower dies where you get the small, medium and large for making your different size flowers. They've featured heavily on a lot of the finished samples, so they're very, very useful with this set at adding that extra embellishment.
Definitely, they're fabulous, the blossom dies. Right, so what we'll do again is a few little dots of glue.
You saw this technique this morning. It's so easy, isn't it, to spot the glue on there.
So and easy to do.
Sprinkle the Sparkalicious.
That's exactly what we're going to do. So it kind of gives you like, makes the flowers look as though they're almost jewel encrusted.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, if you wanted to as well, you could get some card, cover it with your double-sided adhesive sheet or paper, and then pop your Sparkalicious over to create like your own glitter card as well.
Ooh,
so you can do all sorts. Yeah, covered.
Amazing.
Should we go for Sky's the Limit or should we go marshmallow? We'll go marshmallow.
Yeah, marshmallow's good.
Marshmallow, we haven't used that yet.
And it's one of your favourites as well.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just fabulous. I don't know if you can see the sparkle that we've got on there.
You get like blues and pinks and all sorts.
Oh, it is just, it's like, oh, it's just amazing.
some of them transparent, some of them not, then, and some small, some large.
And of course, you can use these on your nails as well if you want to. So you can pop this into gel nail polish. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. I'm going to remember that one. See you at the weekend.
That one there. There we go. So we've got a little bit of glitter onto them. This will go back into the pot, just a little bit.
So here we are with our flowers. They're PVA, so we're getting a quick grab and a quick result. There's our bigger one, and we've just made the smaller one live there as well. Great results.
And then what you'll find as well is when that dries, you'll get the colour shining through from underneath. So what I'm going to do on my base card as well is in the middle of some of the little cherry blossoms, I'm going to add some dots of glue, and we'll go with a little bit of Sky's the Limit, I think.
Sky's the Limit is lovely, sky blue one.
Yeah, really lovely colour.
Two different sets on your Sparkalicious today. You've got the pinks, and then this is the cool colours. So pinks and cools. These are the cool ones, first of all. This is where you get that lovely, beautiful minty green colour. My mind's gone blank on the name of it, but it will come back to me. You've got 142668 is your item number to order it now. And that's where we've got these different colours from as well. This is Sky's the Limit now with the
really pretty. So you can just see how that then adds just a little bit of detail onto there and just a little bit of extra sparkle. Okay, so I'll pop that to one side again, and I'm just going to stamp and emboss my sentiment. So I've got a little bit of card over here. There we go. What you can do as well with your paper before you pop your glitters back in your pot is if you give it a rub with an anti-static bag, you'll find it doesn't tend to cling as much.
It should glide off back into the tub.
Yeah. Which makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to use our lovely happy birthday sentiment. And we'll just take our white pearl card, give it a little dust with an anti-static bag. We're going to ink up our sentiment, which says, wishing you a wonderful birthday.
Yeah, this is in the other set today with the wonderful blossom border.
It is. And this is a lovely, lovely set. So we've actually used both of them on this card because we've used the solid blossom and the sentiment.
Yes, that was what we stamped our doors of the gatefold with, wasn't it?
That's right. So just sprinkle this over.
I can show you the Sparkalicious glitters.
Yeah, that would be great. And I'll heat this up. I'll just explain what I'm going to do. So I'm going to heat this up, and I'm going to just add a little bit of the Sky's the Limit glitter onto the flowers, and then trim my sentiment down. I
just noticed we've got details for the cool colours at the bottom of the screen at the moment. So we'll put those up onto the left-hand side for you. These are the cool colours right now. It's not all cool. You know, you still get the warmth here of the lovely salted caramel. You've got Sky's the Limit there with that aqua blue, very much like a Brazilian aquamarine. Love the colours up here too. That's blueberry sorbet that you've got there. And also this is the colour that we used just earlier on, is grasshopper. 142668 is your item number to order. If you're with Freedom, they're £17.99 including delivery. Price on the screen if you're not, but we really hope you are by now, seriously. And then that's the cool colours. This is the pinks now, with marshmallow on the left-hand side there. Disco Fever down at the bottom, just there, just to give you an idea of some of the colours. Raspberry Ripple is over this way. And then Bubble Bath is the one just up at the top there in the middle. 725244, your item number to get hold of them. So two different item numbers for two different choices, but they both carry the Freedom discount with them. So whichever one you're getting, nice one. Oh wow, 2/3 of the pink one has gone, is it? Oh, goodness.
I think we might use a little bit of the pink one in the next demonstration. Okay. Right, so what we're doing is just adding in a little bit of glue onto the little cherry blossoms that are on the sentiment. I think it's really nice to have the sentiment that really kind of coordinates with the collection. It's the wrong glitter. But Sky's the Limit. Just this one. Just sprinkle that over. Tap off the excess. So you can see how pretty that then looks. Chuck that back in the pot. And then we'll just grab some foam pads. Grab a couple. Now you don't want to tape your card shut, so just be careful about where you're putting your foam pads.
Do you want that to overlap?
No.
Like you want it to overlap,
but not on the card.
Yeah.
So then what we'll do is pop a little blossom either side there. I'm just going to use a foam pad just to stick them, just so then we can hold it up to show you. Let's pop on there. I would normally use a little bit of glue or a little bit of 3D glue gel.
Oh, smaller foam pad, yeah. Snip into that.
Just chop that down. There. And there we go. So then what we would do to finish this off is we'd pop our tree in the middle. Okay. There we go. So you can see how lovely that then looks. But how fabulous does that border look in the background?
It's amazing.
Really easy to do, though.
It's amazing.
And then when you open it up, you'd have your cherry blossom branch either side with your tree in the middle. And it would just be something a little bit different for a card.
Yeah. A little bit different and a little bit grand, you're telling me there, Chloe. That lovely cherry blossom border comes with that sentiment. So if you're going for that pair, you do get both of them. So the stamps on the front there both come in a duo. Thank you, Chloe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is what you're getting hold of. So we can show you a picture just to remind you. The cherry blossom border that we've just used, that's the one on the right-hand side, obviously. Then the sentiment on the left-hand side, those are the two that we just used on the front of the card. And you are getting both of them. 464-875 to order there, £11.99 or £10.79, including your delivery to order now. Then we've got the tree, the cherry blossom tree stamp. Now that is 2 stamps. You've got the branches and the trunk, and you've got the blossom, and then you get the die there as well. All that for £24.99 plus delivery. If you are with Freedom, that will be £22.49. Including delivery. That's approaching limited stock, which would mean we've got the last 10% of the stock remaining on that once it's officially limited. 842-002 to order now, and that's on the lovely cherry blossom stamps and with the die. The Sparklicious over this way, the colours are just lovely. We've just shown you the boards for these actually. The marshmallow, this is what they look like in the tubs. Marshmallow, raspberry ripple, and then you've got disco fever there, and the one on the end there that I've forgotten, what would that be? Let's rack my brains. I want to remember this. Bubble bath, of course, bubble bath. And then the blueberry sorbet down at the bottom, that's the one I was thinking of as well. So yeah, that's the pinks. It's £17.99 including delivery if you're with Freedom, couple of pounds more plus delivery if you're not. And then have a look on the bottom row here. You've got your cool colours after the pinks. There's your blueberry sorbet, sky's the limit. There's your salted caramel, and then the grasshopper on the right hand side. All 4 colours. They'll go a long, long way, because as you saw, Chloe only used a little bit. It's 142668 to order now. They're £17.99 including your delivery as well. Yeah, so that's 2 different sets of your Sparklicious. We must mention the flowers, but before we do, you've got the very importantly, this is a 50% discount to Freedom members. So if you're having a look at the Prosecco and the cocktail set, then definitely consider don't just consider joining Freedom. Do join Freedom, because there's no point in buying it unless you're a Freedom member today, I'd say, if you're wanting it, that is. Why would you pay £39.99 plus delivery when you could join Freedom for £6.97 and then pay just £20? All in. So it's very, very well worth going for this. 227388. You're getting 20 stamps in total. Such usable stamps as well. Slightly bigger than the packaging would suggest. I would say a lot bigger. Let me turn them around to show you. Just there like so. They've been shrunk down for the packaging purposes, but they're much bigger than you would guess. The 2 stamps, the 2 glasses there clinking together, and then that single one, you can see how much bigger they are than the actual picture. Very usable imagery as well, because you could be saying congratulations for anything. And then you've got your cocktails down here. Now, we've seen Chloe use these. These have been in the project book before. So if you've got the project book, I think it was book 4, maybe, I don't know, I'm writing project books for Chloe now. Can't remember, 3, project book 3, that is. And you'll be able to see was the word, techniques in there. What do some of these say? I'll just remind myself, because I remember the one about Prosecco. Oh, yeah, they've got cocktail names. I remember now. Bloody Mary, Sangria, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Margarita, Bellini. Hey, hey, Tony, fancy meeting up for a Bellini later? Cosmopolitan, Woo Woo as well, Mimosa, Spritz and Sangria. Oh, yeah. So you've got When Life Hands You Lemons, Make a Martini. That's good. And then you've got the sentiments and verses down here. It's your birthday. Start the day with a smile and finish it with Prosecco. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy Prosecco, which is kind of the same thing. Pop, fizz, clunk, time to celebrate. So definitely enjoy responsibly. Time to celebrate, have a fabulous birthday, and then you've got your cocktail glass there with your elements too. £20, including your delivery, means you will get all 5 stamp sets there, and you'll be able to make really, really cool cards like this one here with your sparkling embossing powder and your glitter as well. And you've got got the clinking champagne glasses up there. I mean, that's brilliant for birthdays, 21st, 18th, 40th, 80th, 100th, and also for weddings too. You cannot go wrong. Weddings, graduations, anything there's something to celebrate. You've got them there. You've got the clinking champagne glasses. Open to add your own glitter. You cannot put a foot wrong there. Have a look on the... Oh, wow, have a look at this. Hang on a minute. Oh, wow. On the website, you'll see your Sparklicious glitters. You'll see your wow powders. You'll see all of your stamps. They're going, though. Everything's going, so order as early as you can. Chloe was here at 8 a.m. this morning, and also this 12 noon show is a very, very busy one. We're supposed to be here at 3 p.m. with Chloe, but we'll leave that for now. We'll just leave the jury out on that because we're seeing sellouts here and near sellouts too. So order as early as you can. Chloe, I can see you using the cherry blossom again.
Yes, so I'm going to do a super quick card just using the cherry blossom tree just to show you the concept behind it and using with the glitters as well.
Okay.
So, what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to fly through this, then do a demo with cocktails.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, I'm going for it. Right.
Yeah.
So, what we've got is we've got the cherry blossom tree top. We're going to pop this just down onto our card again. So, it's the same technique. So, I've done it in pink ink pad this time. So, this one's Pearlescent Orchid. So, that's that one there. I'm then going to take my Desert Sand ink pad and ink the base up. So, lots and lots of tapping. Really, really easy to do.
So we've already sold out earlier on the Cherry Blossom branch, but also this now is approaching limited stock too. So if you've just joined us thinking, oh, hey-ho, we've got time, definitely order first and then maybe don't wait for the demonstration to end. I'd definitely order beforehand, as we would advise.
Right, so pop that one down there and then lift that off. And then you can see how we've got that, if I turn it the right way, how we've got that lovely tree image, okay? Yeah. So what we're then going to do is take our die.
Which comes with, by the way, for
which it comes with, yeah. Pop that straight over the top. Like so, just line that up, pop your tape on, add a little bit extra tape just so it don't move. It's definitely not going anywhere. And then we're going to run that through the Gemini. So what I've done is I've taken out my magnetic shim and just put my metal plate in instead. And then we're just going to run this through.
All metal dies, all thin metal dies will go through all machines like these are.
Yeah, that's right.
As well, I know we said that, but just to reiterate it and repeat it.
And there we go.
Lots of people going for the Freedom 50% saving on the cocktails and Prosecco collection. Congratulations if that's you.
There we go. So then when we lift that off, you can see how perfectly we've then got that lined up. So what you can then do is just go through and just start to push the little flowers through. So what I'll do is I'll just push this one through to show you, because I've got one that I've already just prepped. So all I'm doing is just pushing the little stamen through and then pushing the petals up as well. So you can see what a difference that then makes and how much dimension that then adds to the tree. Okay, so pop those out of the way. And then just going to pinch this one.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were swapping to this one.
I am in a minute, I'm just going to show you. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of glue into the middle. So just using, and we're going to use salted caramel in the glitter.
From the Sparklicious set.
There we go, so you can just see how that then adds a little bit of sparkle into the middle of the flowers. Okay, so do that on all of them. And then this will just go back into the jar. And then we'll use a little bit more glue, so you can just add your glue on. Should we use a little bit of raspberry ripple for a change? So then sprinkle our raspberry ripple over.
Like how you're using the stamp as a guide as well. You're not just popping glue on elements to where you've stamped. You're putting it in between as well.
Yeah, that's right. So you're just infilling the gaps.
Yeah.
So you can then see how that's kind of building the tree up a little bit there. So I'm going to swap to this one now that I've already done with the bubble bath glitter. So you can see the effect that that then gives you. Okay. So what I'm then going to do is pop this back into the pot, the raspberry ripple. And then I'm going to grab my card blank in. And what I thought we'd do with this one is stick it to a double-sided adhesive sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Just to show you a different technique with this one. So we'll just Oh, this is going to take forever now. Get the back off the double-sided. There we go.
Okay.
We've got it. We've got it.
Faith in you.
Oh. Right, so that's then going to go down onto our card. So that's just going to sit in the middle there.
Love this technique.
And then take the back off.
So to those new, very, very new now, the whole surface is adhesive. That's all we've left behind.
My tree is going to go on the top. Ideally, I should have cut my matting layer in slightly smaller, but never mind. Then we'll take our glitter. Should we put a bit of raspberry ripple behind so it's a little bit darker? So, so this is from the pink set. Sprinkle that over. Tap off the excess, and then can you just see how you've got the glitter shining behind the flowers there? Tilt that forward. There we go. Perfect. You can see that.
Quick. You'd think you'd been there for hours, like putting it in.
Easy to do.
But literally, you just sprinkle it on, and it grabs that high tack double-sided.
And then what I would do is just go along the bottom with my glue. Sprinkle my glitter over. And that would then just ground the tree.
So some of that falling blossom is there.
That's right. And then to finish it off, all I would do is just add a sentiment and a few jewels, and that would then be your finished card.
It's an absolutely lovely card, Chloe. Thank you so much for showing us that. I know you wanted to squeeze in another demonstration as well.
I'm going to do the cocktails next.
Oh, cool. The cocktails are on a 50% off with Freedom membership. So very quickly, the tree has now got limited stock, and it is a double stamp. You've got the tree stamp on the left-hand side, so right-hand side of the picture. The branch and the trunk come separately, and then you've got the overlay for your blossoms. That's 2 stamps, and then you've got the die that cuts your detail in but not out, and then allows you to poke the blossoms through and bring it to life. It's limited stock now, so I definitely order it as soon as you can. 842002. You can get it without Freedom membership, that's fine, but it does make sense perhaps to join Freedom and make the saving and don't pay delivery. Also, this is new today too, your cherry blossom border. It comes with the wishing you a wonderful birthday stamp with your cherry blossom branch just behind it. 464865 to find it. It's now limited stock as well. We told you everything was going. It's available on a Freedom price for $10.79. And we've had a sellout on the other set as well. So on your blossom branch, it's gone. That blossom branch is now gone. So yeah, everything's disappearing. So you are in the right place. If you've ordered yours and you know you're safe, then it's all good. So yeah, the cocktails and prosecco set is an amazing 50% off.
I know, and I love this set. I think it's so much fun, and you can do cards for different occasions as well, and it's really fun to play with. Especially now we've got the new Sparklicious glitters because you can use all of the new colours with them too.
For your drinks.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to do the border first. So you're getting this one in your set. Just going to ink this up. I've just quickly stuck this onto my block. Got some white card here.
This has been going so fast, but watch it speed up even more now that everyone realises how big the stamps are. You know, you've got a good size to these.
It's such fantastic saving as well, and I think it's something that would be lovely for 18th, 21st as well. Really nice. It's like a really nice kind of modern card making as well.
Basically,
it's a little bit different.
How often do you celebrate? How often do you go on holiday? How often do you give tickets to say, you know, or here's tickets to a cruise, and all you can eat and do whatever?
I've never had tickets to a cruise.
No, neither have I. Neither have I. But I'm thinking about our good folk like yourself. You know, you're perhaps in a better situation than us in terms of having cruises given to you, because it's never happened to me. But isn't that a nice way to present a gift?
It would be lovely.
Yeah. Here's a gift card, here's a cruise, here's a holiday.
Right, so what we're going to do is just heat this up.
Congratulations on passing whatever it might be. Or
or if you're giving a gift voucher.
Yeah. Or a happy 50th, happy 80th, or 100th, or 21st. The wedding anniversaries as well, because it's not just the cocktails, it's the champagne glasses as well.
Yeah.
So you get the champagne flutes, the cocktail glasses.
There we go, so just quickly heat this border up, and again you can see how lovely and fine the lines are on the stamp. So what I'm going to do, I'm not quite sure how long we've got, because I want to kind of try and get the...
I'll say give or take about 9 minutes.
Okay, right, we'll go for it then. So what we're going to do is start to infill the cocktail glasses. So I'll just do a few just to show you. So just pop a little bit of PVA glue, and then I'm just going to use all of the glitters that we've got in the shop. Okay, I'm just using the lot. So I've gone for raspberry ripple there to infill the first one.
This is a nice idea. Once you sprinkle other glitter over it, it's never going to catch there, is it?
No.
It's only going to catch the next one.
And what I would do is work with your, start with your darkest colour and work towards your lightest, because that way, if it does contaminate at all, it's not really going to matter. You're not going to see it.
Yeah.
So then a little bit of Disco Fever.
So start with whiskey, move on to the enjoy responsibly, seriously, there, to make a serious point. Lots of people sending emails in to say they've got this set as well, and now they're looking for the inspiration to go with it. So thank you for the feedback there.
Thank you.
Also, if you've got Project Book 3, you'll see lots of projects involving this stamp set in there. Project Book 3 from Chloe. If we shop by brand, usually things like that are visible on the website, hochanda.com. If you're a Freedom member, you can just add those into your basket. I'm not surprised to say that pretty much everything is going or disappeared already, but also this is a very popular offer with a 50% saving. So it's half off, down from $39.99. It's just £20 including delivery today.
So what I've been doing there is just infilling the little glasses, and then I've just coloured the little accessories as well. You're a bit glittery there, Matt.
You're very glittery.
So,
sparkling away.
What I'm doing now...
You didn't think I'd had 4 hours sleep?
Is just
got a sparkle in my eye. Yeah.
Infilling along the bottom here. There we go. And then we're going to use a little bit of salted caramel.
Extremely
just
busy
along
on
the
phone.
bottom.
So quickest way to order is on the web.
There we go. So you can see how that then starts to come together. Now what I've done as a sample is I've done a DL card and literally just done that along the bottom with the sentiment. Really quick and easy to do. But what we're doing is we're doing an 8x8, so we're going to build it up a little bit further. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Okay. I'm feeling this is dangerous, having the lids off the glitter, but
every lid
but
is
we'll
off.
go for it, it'll be fine.
Sparklicious.
I hope. Right, so what I've done on here is I've done this all the way along the bottom of the card, and then I've obviously just spent a little bit more time popping the glitters on there. But how amazing do they look? How sparkly are they? And then, of course, if you wanted to as well, you could take your glossy accents, pop that over the top, and then it gives them like a glass-like shine.
Nice, yeah.
So you can do that too.
Yeah, I've seen that on a few other samples. It's well worth doing. I haven't seen any today, but I know when you're here last with them, Chloe, you saw that. Like they look like drinks that had the glass look. The acetate the acetate trick is genius too.
And there we go. Right, Matt, can I give you some foam pads?
Definitely.
There you go. And then can you just pop them on the back of there and then stick that onto my card?
For sure,
please?
will do.
Thank you.
Will do. Really appreciate you getting me involved. Thank you.
Right. So while Matt's doing that, I'm going to talk you through what I've done to create these fabulous little cocktail glasses. Okay. So you can see how we've got them beveled here with a little bit of heat-resistant acetate. So what I've done is I've stamped and embossed the glass onto some white card. I've then added in my glitter onto the card here. So on this one, I've used a bubble bath on the bottom and then a little bit of marshmallow across the top. And then I've re-stamped the glass onto heat-resistant acetate, trimmed it out, just added an extra little tab onto the back and then curved it round. Then added a little bit more marshmallow glitter on the top there. But like Matt was saying, if you give them gift vouchers or tickets, you could actually pop them inside the glass because it's like a little... Have you got enough foam pads on there?
Yeah. There you go. I don't want to stack your middle.
It's like a little...
Do I?
It's like a little pocket.
Hang on
Okay.
And the time starts now.
So then what you're doing with these is you've got all the little accessories as well. So you've got the little sparklers to go in the glass. So what I've done again is I've stamped and embossed those onto heat-resistant acetate, glittered them with my Dries Clear glue and my Sparklicious glitters. So like on this one I've used salted caramel and raspberry ripple. We can then add a little bit of PVA, a little bit of glue gel under the back. There we go. And then that's just going to go into the glass here. You then also get little umbrellas as well, so you can add these into the glass. So there we go.
Make sure
I think it's well stuck, this one.
Yeah, no, I didn't tread on it, do not worry. I did not just jump on top of that. If I had, I would have sprung through the ceiling because it's got a lot of foam pads on it.
So then, can you see how you can just start? I'll just add a little bit more glue gel under here.
Brilliant idea, this with the acetate. Brilliant.
Chuck that in there, and then what you can do is, if you just take a little bit more glitter, you can just chuck it over the top. There we go. And you can see how the little glasses then start to build up. And what I'll do is when we stick this onto the card, I'll twist them round so the little umbrella's the right way. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm determined I'm going to get this card finished. So we've got our lovely card that Matt's just layered up for us there.
Oh, sorry for the footprint there. No,
it's all right.
I'm just joking. I was pretending to do it, but I wanted to make sure it was stuck.
It's got to be definitely stuck on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the glass at the back flat. Okay. So we'll take a little bit of dry clear glue.
I'll tidy this up. Actually, it's giving my reputation.
So that one's going to go about there. Just let that grab for a second. Then I'm going to tuck my little sparklers in behind here. Put one there. Actually, I should have gone that side really. Right, so pop 2 little sparklers there. I'm going to pop this one on with a couple of foam pads. And it will just be a couple because I know we're running out of time.
We are running out of foam pads as well.
We're running out of foam pads as well, but we've got more, so it's fine.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I always come prepared. It's going to go there.
Lovely to see the stamps demonstrated because you get an idea of the physical size of them now. You know, the border stamps here, because showing them on the packaging earlier gets across the designs, but the actual size.
Yeah, we have to shrink them a little bit.
Yeah. So
right.
Shrunk down to the packaging.
You can see how that's then starting to come together. Really pretty, but so easy to do. Then what I've done is taken the sentiment that you're also getting the set, which says "Time to celebrate. Have a fabulous birthday." I've stamped and embossed that in silver. That's bubble bath. That
is it bubble bath?
So because it's an outline, you can then go in and infill it with your glue. Yeah. So I'm then going to just take my trimmer, super quickly trim this down.
Good paper trimmer that. I'm sure you potentially have the same one at home.
Yeah. Where should we go? I was going to go there, but I've put the glasses a little bit too far over. No. Right.
Every millimetre counts.
It does. Should have gone a little. I'm gonna go off the card.
It's okay. We can go off the card.
I'm going off the card. Right, and then what we can do is we can add some bubbles into the background. So a little bit of PVA glue, dries clear, like that. Then yeah, we'll go marshmallow. So this is from the pink set.
Yeah, we've got pinks and cool colours. See, we've been using these Sparklicious glitters all day on different samples and on finished samples before the show, and you've seen how far, what a long way they go.
There we go. And that would then be your finished card.
There it is. I really love the way it comes off the page there. Love that.
It really jumps out. But then you've got that little pocket, so if you, or even if you're giving cash for a birthday present or something, you can pop that in there too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We like it, Chloe. Thank you so much, because we know how popular that bundle is today.
Yes.
20 stamps for $39.99. Forget about it. It's £20, including delivery, thanks to the Freedom Flash Save event. You can see the price on the screen there. It's a big stamp set. 20 stamps, similar in vein, because you've got the cocktails and Prosecco covered. 227-388 to order it now. We have had a couple of sellouts, maybe. We've had one official one. You never know. We better do a stock take now, because it will be only a handful left of some items. So order as soon as you can. Chloe, we may see you at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Bye-bye now. Thank you for watching. Coming up now, Daisy Chain Designs One Day Special. Following on in an hour's time, we have Sugar Buttons with Catherine, and then Chloe's back at 3. Or is she? We'll find out later. Crafting Markets on Sky.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers, and I'm here to talk to you about the stitched up ruler system. The stitched up ruler system was born in America, and I saw how unique it was and wanted to bring it to the viewers on Hochanda. So what we've done is we've been designing these rulers, and they are specific depth to work with the specific foot that you need, but this enables you to be able to use this on a domestic sewing machine at home. We now design and manufacture the rulers and the feet here in Yorkshire. We've got lots of new designs and new shapes coming to you, and we can't wait to bring them to you at home. So make sure you don't miss the stitched up ruler system with me on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards. We are an award-winning family company based here in the northeast of England. We've been working with Hochanda since the very beginning and the launch of the channel, and we've had such an amazing journey so far. We've been bringing you lots of fabulous new stamps, dyes, glitters, embossing powders, and we've got so much more to bring over the coming years too. Over the coming months and year, we'll bring you some fantastic new products to Hochanda. We'll be extending our dye range, and we'll be bringing you some fantastic new stamps as well, along with our gorgeous sparklicious glitters and some fabulous new colours in the wow embossing powders too. It's going to be a brilliant year, and I really hope that we'll bring you something that inspires you in your card making. Don't miss my shows and craft along with me on Hochanda.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to Hochanda. My name is Janice Phillips. It's good to have your company. What have you been up to this morning? Oh, that's right. You've been watching us. That's fantastic. Now, do you like to sew? Have you thought about sewing but thought to yourself, I'm not quite sure if I can get into it, I'm not quite sure what I need, I haven't got the right kit? Well, you've stopped off at the right place, because our one-day special is all about inspirations to get you started with your needlework, and also if you're an avid crafter as well with needlework, this is a great place to come as well. This comes to you from Daisy Chain Designs, and this is a pick and mix. And before we get into that, I'm going to introduce you to the wonderful ladies that make up the Daisy Chain Designs. They are Sue, and Gail in that order. We've got some wonderful demonstrations coming up from the girls. We've got some wonderful ways of enhancing your experiences. Now, your one-day special starts at 6 o'clock and then ends at 6 o'clock. So today, the price will go up at 6 p.m. So now is the time to get your deals, and we have been really, really busy. It's a pick and mix, and we all love pick and mixes. So you choose 3 patterns, and there are 6 options to choose from. So let's start with our Easter wreath. I mean, this is fantastic, isn't it? Imagine making this. Easter really is just round the corner now. So this could be for a party. It could be a decoration for a table. It might be that you've got a crafting stall coming up for an Easter market. This will look absolutely gorgeous and a real eye-catcher as well. But your bunny is not just for Easter. You can actually turn your bunny into Happy Birthday, which is fabulous. You get all the designs and all the information, all the hints and all the tips with the pattern in the booklet. So you might want to go for that, which is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, the colours are going to be of your choice. Then we have this beautiful sewing case. I love this because it's so versatile. And with your patterns, you can make as many as you like. It's not just the one. So it is the gift that keeps giving. Now, this could be used for your sewing kit. You could use this for some shortbread, chocolates. You could put a box of tissues in there as well. It'd be nice as a travel pack, wouldn't it? It's really, really nice. It's beautiful in the design. And, of course, you can actually, you could put some food in here, but make it food safe if you are going to do that. Now, it's just pop that around to you again. You can choose any materials you like, but it really does give you that wonderful design. So you might want to go for this, you might want to go for the Easter wreath. Let's show you some more options because there are 6 to choose from. Now, this is your chocolate drop quilt bag and cushion and quilt. So the bag itself, I've got some great techniques to get this end result. It's beautiful. Of course, you can have the handles as long or as short as you like, but I really, really love the way that we've got this frill going all the way around the outside. Now, if you've missed previous shows, we've been giving you all the hints and tips how to create this. It's absolutely incredible. You can watch that on Rewind, but don't go anywhere. Watch the show today because we have got some fantastic demonstrations for you. Let me just take this cushion out and show you this as well, because I think this is beautiful. I really, really do. And so simple and so easy to make, but so delicate and so fantastic to give as a gift or keep as yourself. The fringing is gorgeous, isn't it? And apparently the more you wash it, the softer that will get. It's very simple, very easy to do as well if you follow the step-by-step instructions that you have. And the quilt looks fantastic. It really does, and we're going to show you the quilt. So if you want to make this, it could be a gift for somebody. It could be for your springtime picnics out in the park. I think that would look gorgeous. Or maybe just draped over a chair as a feature. Or maybe hang it on the wall, because it really makes a nice wall hanging as well. Whatever you decide to do with it, you can make it as many times as you like. It's great value for money. You're choosing 3 different designs from the 6 available in your deal. So it gives you a chance to choose on your one-day special. £13.14 7p is your freedom price. That means you're saving on the P&P. Right, we're moving over again, and this is your Spring Flowers hexagon bag. Now, this is how your instructions come. So you've got all the information that you need inside. You've got your templates in there as well. And of course, you can use your templates again and again and again. And everything you need is on the back right there. So you'll have everything at hand ready to start to create. And I love this bag, I really do. Again, we're talking about versatility. You could be using this maybe to take to the office. You could put your phone in here. You could put your passport in here if you're going travelling. It could just be your little shop bag that you go out, keeping your personal items in. You could even put, maybe if you're going travelling, it could be full of your makeup and your toiletries maybe. You can use this for whatever you like, but the design is absolutely beautiful. Let's just turn that upside down so you can see the pattern that you will be using. So that is your hexagon bag. So we're building up your pick and mix. We're going to go over here now. And we're going to see our wonderful stitched cushions. Now, this is beautiful. Something you can do by hand as well. So it's going to be really relaxing to put together, and something that you might take with you if you're going on holiday, all those moments on your lunch break, to create this wonderful vintage style cushion, which looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? But it's not just this one, not just this pattern you're getting. In your booklet, you're also getting the pattern for this as well. This is gorgeous. I love the way that this is put together. Makes it look different, and of course you've got the text around the outside as well that you can hand sew. Absolutely beautiful, but it doesn't stop there. You're going to be spoilt for choice. You might want to go for 2 one-day specials. Why not? And on that freedom, you're making the savings. Now, this is fabulous. This is Ginger's Tea Time. Shall I pick this up and show you? Now, I'll disappear for a moment, which is fine. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Here's Ginger, and it tells the story of a very hungry Ginger. But it doesn't have to be a ginger cat. Of course, you can change the material to suit. Maybe you've got a tabby cat, maybe you've got a white cat, maybe you've got a black cat. But this is fabulous, isn't it? It tells a story of a hungry Ginger, and I think that is absolutely perfect. Do you like what I did there? Yeah, lovely. So it's pick and mix. You can head to the website and you can see all the options available to you. Remember, if you want to go for 2 one-day specials, why not? If you can't choose, if you're like me, I wouldn't be able to choose. I just have the lot. I would. I'd go for 2 sets. Because when you start to create, you'll see just how easy this is to follow, which is fabulous. So have a look around the website. See all of the other items we've got available for you on the show as well, because it's not just the one-day special. There's lots of other designs to choose from that you can add to your basket, and then you could be really creative. Hey, Sue.
Hello, Jan.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah,
Very well
we've got
indeed.
one of the Sues here. We've got one of the Sues over there, and Gail.
Yeah. We come as a threesome.
Yes, you do. Yeah, we all of us. Yeah. This is fabulous, isn't it? We've got lots of inspiration.
We have. We
lots
we've
of
got something
designs.
different for, again, we like to sort of mix up the patterns for people to enjoy. And as you say, on this lovely special offer deal, you know, it's a really, really good saving,
it really
isn't
is.
it? So we've got, a quilt and a bag and a wreath and it's just, there's lots of nice
all
things,
sorts to choose from.
Lovely.
Pick a mix. Now, we've also been really busy for our perfect pooches, perfect pals and pooches. This is beautiful, isn't it? I really love this. I mean, I'm a dog lover. You might be a cat lover. Actually, I like cats and dogs, but I own a dog.
Yes.
But I like both because I love the stitching. I love the design in these. I think they look absolutely fabulous. Would make a perfect gift. They really would, for somebody perhaps that's looking after your cat when you go away on holiday. Maybe somebody that absolutely adores cats. It could be something for them as well. Maybe the cat could actually sleep on here, or the dog design as well.
They normally do, don't they? They normally have a habit of getting on a quilt. They seem to find the way, don't they?
They do, and we do love them, don't we? We really do. They're our fur babies. We love them. And we can make cushions as well, which is fantastic. Here's the cat cushion. Love the colours that you've used here.
Yes,
really
very
do.
nice indeed. Yes, basically with this one, I used this one in felt, made this one out of felt rather than fabric. And I thought, you know, just try it for an experiment to see. Great thing with felt is, of course, it doesn't fray. So it's a fantastic product. You know, and again, if you're new to sewing or you're not sure,
of course,
you know, you can make it in felt, but it equally works well in fabric.
Yeah.
And again, with the fabrics, I've chosen sort of fabrics with a slight texture onto them, and that again, I think can, you know, make them feel like
and of course the choice can be yours, because you might be thinking, will he like this, or will he like another colour? It gives you a chance to choose your own colour for your own cat.
Absolutely, or be completely wild. You know, if you're making them for young people, you can make a pink cat, you know, or a blue dog. Don't have to make them in the traditional colours.
No,
Why
that's
not?
right.
Have some fun with them. And you know, with this lovely dachshund cushion, he was made from one of the wall hanging panels, which is patterns, which is hanging up behind. You've got 5 different dog breeds or ideas for dogs on the quilt, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's just make a cushion from one of them if you don't want to make the whole quilt. So again, it's a perfect choice, isn't it, to start with?
Now, we don't want to hound you into buying this, but over 80% has gone. We're so popular for these. I think they make a great gift. If somebody wants to make these and perhaps sell them at craft fairs,
absolutely fine.
Are you okay with that?
Go ahead. Our angel policy is absolutely fine. They can go ahead and make them to their heart's content. So lovely.
It's a why not deal, because the saving that you're making by becoming a Freedom member and taking advantage of this is more than your Freedom membership for the first month. So that's why we call it a why not deal. And to become a Freedom member means you can take advantage of your free standard delivery. That's included. You've got your monthly newsletter, which is fabulous. You can find out what's going on. You get a badge as well. I've got the badge here, which looks absolutely fantastic. So you can let everyone know that you are a Freedom member. There you go. Fabulous. So many different benefits that you can get, and of course all the discounts that we deliver, and we're in the middle of a flash save event, and that's why you're getting great savings on all of your Freedom deals. So please go for this, add it to your basket, go for the one-day special. We've got plenty to show you, plenty to add in. We don't want you to be disappointed. Now this,
you like that, Janice,
I love this. We've been
nice.
really extraordinarily busy for this. I think it will make a great gift. But it will also jazz up your sewing room, your craft area, won't it?
It's just such a lovely design, and Gail made these 3 toadstools, and the secret with the big one, which I always think is the sort of the wow factor, is if you'd like to lift the lid off it.
I will lift the lid. Look at that, it's beautiful. But then there's something inside.
There is. That's just attached to the end, and the idea with that is the little needle case, so you can just put either your sewing machine needles in there or your hand sewing needles, or I always say to viewers or customers of mine who like it, keep a little stash of chocolate in there. No one would ever know because it's hidden.
Yes. Well, you could use it to put a few coins in there as well if you're saving. Yeah, it could be a little special area that you could go to. I love that. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But it's not just that that we can make with this kit. Are you getting the felt as well?
Yeah, well, what we're doing is a starter kit for this one, Janice.
Brilliant.
So basically there's going to be enough felt in here to make the large toadstool box, the medium toadstool, which is a lovely little pin cushion, although I don't know how Gail can actually stick pins into this, because if it was mine, I would just have to have it there as a beautiful embellishment to my sewing room. And then the teeny tiny one is attached to scissors, and the reason for that is sometimes we walk off and do classes and a lot of people have similar scissors. So rather than, you know, picking up somebody else's, you can attach the little tiny toadstool on there, and again there's enough felt in the starter kit to give to get you started with that as well. And then the embellishment is entirely up to you. You know, you can put on there as much or as little as you want, and obviously you're doing the embellishment while it's all flat, and then you put it together at the end.
Perfect.
And it becomes...
Oh, look at the bird.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
it's
little
lovely.
gnome.
It's
no place like
gorgeous.
home. I always wanted to live in a toadstool when I was a little girl.
Did you?
It never happened. I live in a very boring bungalow.
If I did, I'd probably eat it. Yes. I do like mushrooms.
Oh, yes,
Toadstools and mushrooms. Please know the difference and be aware.
Yes.
A wonderful, fabulous, gorgeous kit. So many of you are going for this. £9.89. That includes your P&P if you're a Freedom member. 2/3 have gone of this. Amazing, amazing. It really
project, isn't it?
I think it's a must-have. I think add this to your one-day special because it's going to just be such a special gift for somebody or yourself. Right. Oh, chocolate.
I mean, I know it's hideous because, you know, we've just said goodbye to Christmas and a week later the Easter eggs are in the shop.
Yeah, but we're talking about chocolate.
But we're talking about chocolate.
So it's all good.
And it's free, you know, it's fine, isn't it? We talk about chocolate, we're not eating it at the moment, so it's all fine. So Gail is going to do a lovely demonstration on these little Easter pyramid boxes, and they are just such a nice idea. You know, more and more people now are having Easter trees and really sort of decorating their home for the Easter period, and these are lovely because they can take a little small Easter egg inside them. So it's just such a nice idea. And with this you get the pattern for the different size boxes, and then you get the pelmet violin, which is the stiffener to get you started. So
that's just down the front.
Again, up to you exactly what fabrics you want to choose to use on these.
And you get these included as well?
They are actually part of the trio of
I'm going to show you that next.
Yeah, that's another little Easter tree. We've only got a couple of months till Easter. It's not long this year. It's earlier, isn't it? So we need to get cracking.
Yeah, we need to get these. Oh,
sorry, that's really bad.
Leave the yolks to me.
Very
dear. Thank you very much. But it is a good idea to get these now because you can start working with them. The more you work with them, the more you want to make and create. And all of a sudden you'll get that inspiration of different gift ideas. I mean, it'd be lovely to give somebody one of these with a little chocolate in, or, you know, if somebody doesn't eat chocolate, another gift or something like that. But that would be lovely to open up on Easter Day, which is great. And we've got the stiffener at the front. Let's just move that. There you go. Let's just move that, which is great. And that comes included. And it is a very large piece as well, so you can make plenty of those boxes from that.
Yeah, make quite a few of those boxes from there. So we like to get everyone sort of just started. And we try and put in there sometimes things that aren't always so easy to source, you know. So the pelmet violin, that's a particularly good thickness that we use for this project in mind. So that's why we put that together to help everybody at home.
Talking of Easter, we've got another project here as well. These are your Easter baskets. This reminds me of being at school. My baskets never looked like this. I wish they did. But now if I can get the kit home, I'll be able to make this Easter bag trio. And you get the buttons included as well.
They're almost edible looking, aren't they? You almost like you could eat them. They're absolutely divine. And some of them have got little spots on, and some of them have got little gingham design on there. So again, they're just lovely for embellishing your basket. And again, the idea with it is you can make it in, you know, pink, blue, lemon, you know, whatever colour you want. But all of those buttons, you know, you can have fun embellishing them. And you get this lovely little tube that they all live in. So if nothing else, I've just taken it out, but you get the little tube in there as well. So along with the pattern, you get the buttons for all three baskets. So there's three different designs. You've got the one you're holding there, Janice. That's got the little Easter bunny ears and the bunny face on it.
Oh, yes.
And that's absolutely lovely. That takes the large Easter egg. And then you've got this little one here, which is more like a little trug design, I think. That's really very sweet.
Oh, that's lovely.
And look, the Easter egg is still there. It's still hanging on in there. How long it will be before everyone eats it.
Before we devour it, I don't know. But lovely gifts, Sue, you know, and thank you for bringing these to us and the inspiration. So many of you are taking advantage of this. Yes, Easter is only around the corner, but you're going to make that extra special Easter with all of your designs and inspirations. So much to choose from. Go to the web, have a look at what we've got available. Do your pick and mix on your one-day special. Maybe have 2 one-day specials. Why not? Because we've got great prices with Freedom. We really have. And it means it's going to keep you busy up until Easter and beyond. Remember, we can use these templates again and again and again. So much to choose from that web. Do have a peruse around there. And if you're not a Freedom member, become a Freedom member today by adding that to your basket, 888, and you will instantly start to save. So it's not like you become a Freedom member and then you've got to wait until tomorrow until you start saving. You will save today on the purchases you make. So start saving and just add more to your basket. Right, we're with Gail now. Hi Gail, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good, good, good. What have you got? Oh, we're going to make Easter boxes.
We're going to make, yes. I think we'll have a little change from the quilt and that, and we'll have a little go at the Easter boxes. So I'm going to start by saying in your pattern you have all the templates for the little box and the large box. To make it easier to draw around the templates, I have shared this with people before, I like to glue them to card.
Okay.
So what I do is I use a glue stick, I apply a liberal amount of glue to the back of the template, and then I pop the templates onto card, and then I cut them out. So put the glue on before you cut out and cut right on the line. What that does is it gives you a nice firm template, so when you come to draw around it, it's a lot easier. You know, with paper it tends to fold and that.
Nice tip.
So you can then just draw around your templates. I draw on the wrong side of the fabric. I would normally use a pencil, but I've got one to hand, so I've just used a pen. So there we go, you can see I've just drawn on there. Don't worry about it because you're not going to see this line at all. And then we cut our template out. So here we go. So let me explain to you how they're made. So for this size, for the plain one, for the ones with the plain sides on them, so that's the large and the small, I'm just using one fabric, okay? So the circle is the complete circle of fabric. But for this box, you can see I've used 2 fabrics.
Yes. And
so for this, I use these templates.
Okay.
Let's move that out of the way.
I love the material you're using, by the way, with the eggs on.
Thanks very much. That's Sue's lovely fabric. So she chooses some beautiful fabrics for us to work in. And then, so this time, I cut out 2 separate pieces of fabric.
Okay.
And then what I need to do is the same process for both of these. I'll just move this one out of the way. I'm going to join these 2 pieces of fabric together. On your pattern, you'll see that I've already drawn a 1/4 inch line on the pattern. So I want you to draw this line onto your fabric, and you can do that just with a normal ruler and a pencil I would use then, or if you've got any fancy marking tools, the lovely pens like threaders and that I've got, then by all means use those. And then we put our fabrics together. And then with a little running stitch, we're going to sew along the edge of the fabric. So I am going to do that little Blue Peter thing where I show you one that I've done earlier.
Other children's shows are available.
Of course, but we all love that one.
We do. I went down to Blue Peter, you know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went down to Blue Peter. I used to know the producer, and it was really fascinating because they were all wearing slippers. Because you never, ever saw their feet.
See their feet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just thought I'd tell you that.
Behind the scenes of all these programmes. You see, people don't realise what we do behind the scenes here either.
You should see what's on our feet at the moment.
So, after we've sewn one side, I digress in then for a second, just to bear with me.
Sorry,
we need to clip this, okay, so that we can turn the fabric around. Then I come along, and again, just with a hand, needle and thread, using the line that's on there, sew all the way along. And then I'll press this open. So I'm going to bring one in here that I've pressed. See. Okay, so you can clearly see that.
Yeah.
And then once we've done that, we're going to do the same process with both circles. We're going to take a needle and thread. You need a nice long piece of thread that's going to go all the way around the edge of the circle, and we start on the right side of the fabric. So for people who are unfamiliar, the right side of the fabric is what I call the pretty side. Oh. So start that side, and then we just do a small run-in stitch. Now don't worry too much about this, just a little run-in stitch, because we're going to use it together. So we continue all the way around, so you can see I'm not being too worried about my stitches. I'm using a dark thread so that you can see it. When I'm at home, I'll use a light coloured thread.
Yeah. Just to interrupt you there, Gail, don't want to interrupt you, but we are now limited stock on our pooches, pals and pooches. So limited stock. It's been incredibly popular. Making cushions, making quilts, absolutely fantastic. Whether you're a dog fan or whether you like cats, limited stock. £13.99, 677272 is your item number. But of course, don't pay that price. Become a Freedom member, £9.79. It is a why not deal, and a why not deal means the saving that you're making by becoming a Freedom member is greater than your first monthly payment. So why not? You can cancel any time, but you won't want to, because you'll see the benefits the more you buy from us here at Hochanda. Sorry about that, Gail.
That's okay, it's no problem. So once we've done that, we've done our running stitch all the way around our circles of fabric, we take another template that's in your kit and we place it in the middle of our fabric, and then we grab hold of the ends of our cotton and pull.
Look at that.
And then that will give you a nice clean edge all the way around your fabric. Then we take that to the ironing board, and then we iron it. Give that a really good press on there. Then once we've done that, allow it to cool, because what you'll find is if you pull the card out while the fabric is warm, it's liable to distort.
Right.
Okay, so it's best to let it go cool. And then just pop your card out. It feels a little bit brutal at first when you're picking the card away, but don't panic, the fabric will all go back nicely. We take that out. If you're concerned, you can pop that back on the ironing board and give it another press. And then you can trim off any loose threads. You'll see from the little boxes that they're quite firm, and Sue mentioned the pelmet violin, and that's what gives the box its shape, and you get that in your pattern.
You get a lot included, look
at that. You get loads in there, so you can make lots and lots of these boxes. And something else, Janice, that I didn't talk about, maybe you don't celebrate Easter. Maybe Easter's not your thing. Maybe you're diabetic and you don't do chocolate or something like that.
Maybe it's not part of your religion.
Exactly. Why not make these as little sort of birthday gifts?
What a great idea.
Little boxes for birthdays, or even for christening gifts, maybe. Or, you know, for a newborn, you could put a nice little a little something in there. And of course, because there's so many beautiful fabrics out there now, you can buy birthday fabrics. You can buy fabrics with like little prams and rattles and things, you know. So it's quite a good pattern that you can use all the year through.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
lovely, isn't it?
Maybe your other half would like to put a really expensive
ring in there.
Or keys to a lovely car. Anyway, we digress.
That would be lovely, yeah. Keys to a car, just inside there.
So to give it its lovely padded feel, we use the pelmet violin for the stiffness, and then we use some wadding. So for all of those quilters out there, and all these scraps of wadding you have left after making your quilts, this is perfect. So just with a glue stick, apply a little bit of glue to the pelmet violin, stick it on there, and then cut around there, and then a bit more glue to the other side, and then stick a piece on the other side.
Perfect.
So that gives us little triangles then with wadding on both sides, which gives a nice padded feel to it. And then you need to put a little loop on top of two of the triangles, and a set of tails on the other one, and that's what gives you the closure. So you can see you've got...
I've got the closure just here.
Yeah.
So we've got the tab on the front one.
Yeah.
And the tab on the side. So that's the two tabs, isn't it? And
exactly,
then
two tabs and the loop. That one's got a knot in the top, so it can be hung up at the moment. So one other little tip for you, and because it's made out of ribbon, sometimes the ribbon can start to fray and it's got a bit soft on the end. So why not paint the ends of these with some clear nail varnish? Or also you could put some sellotape on the end.
Great idea,
and then trim it off to a sharp point, and then that will make it easier to thread through your loops.
Now, Gail, we are extremely busy for the one-day special. People are watching your demonstrations. They're loving your demonstrations. If you want to email in, it's studio@hochanda.com. Any questions for Gail or Sue, or me, or the team here at Hochanda, please email in. We would love to hear from you. If you've got any pictures of anything you've created, we'd love to see them, because we're a family here and we'd like to get you involved. Now, we are busy. We are busy for this kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is your fairy crescent. We are limited stock. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, you do get two others included, but this is great because we take the lid off, and then inside there's a little surprise. And this is where you can keep your needles, which is brilliant. You also get the key fob as well, which you can make, or you can pop that onto your scissors so that you know which ones are yours if you go to your crafting events. And you also get the smaller toadstool as well. £9.89. Being a Freedom member, that includes your P&P. £10.99 if you're not. But I'd become a Freedom member, I really would, because this show is fantastic, and so many of you are taking advantage of all the gifts that we've got available to you. Oh, technically sold out. Oh, I'm going to have to take that away. That means that's mine.
You'll have to fight me for that, Janet.
Technically sold out. Congratulations to everyone that's got that. You see, we are really busy. If you've got things into your basket, I would recommend you check out. I don't want to panic you. I don't want to push you, but I don't want you to miss out either. OK, Gail, lovely.
Okay, so then once we've covered our little triangles, so we've got 4 of them in total, 3 for the sides and 1 for the base, and we now need to fold our fabric. So we go back to our triangle template, we pop that in the middle of our fabric, and this is for the one with the 2 fabrics in there. We fold the bottom up, and then we fold both sides over. And then what I like to do is I like to take this to the ironing board, and then I like to give it a little press. And then what that does is it holds it all down nice and snug, so that when I remove the template, it's already got some nice creases in there. So I'm going to say here's one I prepared earlier, but you know what? I'm not entirely sure what I've done with it. It's here somewhere. I tell you what, we'll press one.
Yeah. Is your iron on?
It is indeed.
Fantastic.
I should have warned you about that, shouldn't I, before...
in case I answered the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible. No, don't do that.
I have got one here somewhere, but that's the power of live TV.
Yeah, let me move that out of the way for you.
You can't find anything.
But that's good.
Yeah.
Folding it over to make that triangle.
It's like my craft room. I can never find anything in my craft room, sadly. I should tell everybody they've got an immaculate room. It's all beautiful, and I'm so organised. I know where everything is, but sadly, that's not how my life is.
It's never the case, though, is it?
I'm sure most of the crafters out there are all saying, "Yes, my room's a mess too."
Disorganised chaos.
Yeah, there's more
organised chaos.
Yeah, there's more pleasure in sewing than there is in tidying up. I think that's the way I look at it.
Life's too short to tidy.
Yeah. So pull the fabric around your piece, and then you can use these fancy clips if you've got some. If not, you can pin it in place. Don't be scared, right? This is fabric, so you can push and pull and manipulate it. So if it doesn't quite fit at the top, get your fingers in there and push it across.
Right.
Give it a little tug. It will all, trust me, as you sew it, it will all come in together.
Could you use paper clips if you didn't have those particular clips at this
You can use paper clips, and you can also just use ordinary pins. So if you don't have the clips, I bought these off the show, actually.
Yeah, they are handy. They're very handy to have.
Yeah, and now I've started using them, but by all means, just pin. Whichever works the best for you. And then with the needle and thread, you're just going to do a little blind hem stitch. Have we got time for this? Yes?
Have we got time? Yeah, go on.
Time to do a little blind hem
Of course
stitch?
we have. For you, girl, anything.
Thanks. So we're just going to fold the fabric back out of the way. Then that way we can hide our knot. Hide all the ends so nobody needs to see it. You see our ends. And then what we do when we do a blind stitch is we take a chunk of fabric from the background fabric then, and then we come up through the piece of fabric that lays on top. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
And then you can see my stitches disappeared. So where I came out, I now go back in, take a chunk from the back and just the tiniest fraction from the top, and then just pull on there, says she. It's now got a knot in it. I do love live TV.
It's all good.
That's why it just makes you realise that it happens to us all. There we go.
There you go.
And then we just carry on right the way to the end. And you can see now how I'm manipulating the fabric to meet at the top. And then once we've done this, I go to the top, then I feed down to the middle, and then I go out to the edge, and then I feed the needle back underneath and then go back out to the other edge until I've sewn all 4.
Fabulous. What a great gift idea. It really, really is. And it's so, again, it's the word we like to use a lot here at Hochanda. It's versatile because it's your imagination. This could be anything you want it to be, whether it's for your Easter eggs, whether you want to put a little gift in there, for example. We were talking about car keys. That would be nice. You could put a little bit of pocket money. Maybe this is how you give your pocket money. You could hang it up as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. You can choose your material. It could be for a birthday present. It could be for Christmas. You could be celebrating Diwali, and you could have all different colours in here as well, which would be lovely, and lots of different colours. I mean, don't put a real light in there if you're celebrating Diwali, but all the different colours in there would look absolutely gorgeous. You're getting the stiffener material as well, so you're getting everything included that you need. Apart from the material, of course, you will source the material yourself, depending on what you want to use it for, but I do think this is just gorgeous. And it is such a great price as well. And add this to your one-day special, £12.59, 070776 is your item number. That's always at the top of the screen just there. You've got your description and then you've got your price. You can go to the website and order from us there. Great thing about the website is you can see lots of other things that you can add to your basket as well before you check out, or by all means give us a call if you want to. But remember, becoming a Freedom member means you can take advantage of those savings that we have, and we are in the midst of our flash save event, which means being a Freedom member you can take advantage of all the great savings. So they're absolutely beautiful. Think about what you're going to use yours for. Think about the different materials you're going to use to create and have all those different inspirations. Right, let me pop that to one side, because we've also got plenty of other things on the show for you, including our fat quarters, so our lovely different materials. So we're starting off with Hannah. Okay, beautiful vintage style materials. These really are. They're like replicas of vintage materials. And let me just show you the size of each one that you get, because seeing is believing. It is a huge size. And you can use two sides. So you're getting one side and you're getting the other side to use as a bonus. But you can do that. It's going to be up to you. But I really like the two different sides and flipping it over. Beautiful quality. You know, when you touch this, it feels absolutely gorgeous. And you start to think about all the different things that you can make and create with this. Let me just fold that over. So that is Hannah. When you go onto the website, you'll see Hannah and you'll see the different style materials that you can get from that. Then we've got Emma. Limited stock on Emma. Really nice materials there, different styles. I really like this one. I really like that. And I think that looks really nice with the blue as well, which looks gorgeous. You might make something that's double-sided or something like that. So that's Emma. So very busy for that. And your final option, there you go, just have to neaten them up, it's my OCD, there you go. Oh, we've got Alice over here. And again, we've got beautiful mauve style purple, the green with the flowers, really beautiful, gorgeous, sumptuous designs that you can just create anything with. And this is Alice. So they've got lovely names, and you go onto the website and you choose which one you want. You get 6 in total. Now, each set is £11.83. That includes your P&P if you're a Freedom member. There's your price if not. So it does pay to become a Freedom member. Let's take a look at the one-day special, because that is your pick and mix, and you can choose any 3 of those designs for your one-day special. Such great value for money. It really is. And as Sue was explaining earlier on, if you want to make these and sell them, maybe in your craft market, you can do it. It's absolutely fine. But it is the gift that keeps giving, because with your templates, you can just keep making and making and making. Now, I know we're busy for these, and I know you're enjoying these, but a suggestion would be to go for 2. Go for 2 sets. I mean, it's such a great price, and becoming a Freedom member means that you save even more, and you get your P&P included. Okay, let's take a look at some of the finished samples that you can create using your templates. We'll start off with this beautiful Easter bunny wreath. I love this. You, of course, can choose any colours you like, but these are really nice Easter colours with the greens and the duck egg blues and the fawn colours in there. What a smiley face he's got with that bow tie. Very smart, our bunny. This will make a nice door. Something for your door, maybe a wreath on the door. If you're having a party, it'll look fabulous on a table. You can put all your Easter eggs in the middle if you want to. But our bunny is not just for Easter. Our bunny can be for... Our bunny, I did that so well. Our bunny can be for a birthday as well. And you get those little paws as well, which I think are beautiful. So it could be for Easter, or it could be a happy birthday. So again, it's that word that we use a lot. Versatile, which is fabulous, and everything you need is included in your booklet. So everything, let me just grab this one, there you go. So everything you need to get started on your project is on the back, so you've got everything at hand to get started, and then you've got all of your hints and tips inside, and you've got your templates as well that you can go for, but I'm not going to give too much away, but that's all in there. And the great thing is, of course, you can keep making. You're not just going to make one from there. So that's your bunny wreath. Okay, let's pop that just there. Your next choice is going to be your sewing case. So again, you get your templates. This is gorgeous because you can use this for so much, and you get to choose the materials you want to use as well, which is gorgeous, isn't it? So perhaps use 2 different types of material, one for the inside and then one for the outside as well. You've got the button at the front that you can, of course, choose to embellish with. and the buttons at the top. You don't have to have those, but it looks fabulous. Little handle at the top. You can see we've got the footprint there, so it's really nice, and stitching around the ends, so that stands up nice and proud. Anything you want in there. It could be a toiletry bag. You could be putting your sewing tools in there, your crafting brushes, your nail polishes, your biscuits. That's what I'd put in there. Or a box of tissues will look nice. Sometimes it's good to travel with a box of tissues, isn't it? So this could be in your car. You could just take it with you. It could be in your cloakroom as well. That will look absolutely fantastic. Right, we're going to move on because there's so much to choose from. We've got 6 to choose from. It is pick and mix. So you can have any 3 for £13.47. So this is your chocolate drop quilt, bag and cushion, or cushion, bag and quilt, or quilt, bag and cushion, however you want to say. But I love the design on this. This is what caught my eye when I came into the studio last night, because of course your one-day special launches at 6 o'clock and ends at 6 o'clock the next day, so that's when the price goes up. This really caught my eye, and we've been running through the techniques to produce this wonderful effect. If you've missed that, you can watch previous shows on Rewind if you want to. But everything you need, apart from the material, is included, of course, and here's the cushion, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've got that the right way. Really nice cushion there to match the bag. And you've also got your quilt as well that you can make, and you've got the templates for the quilt. And the quilt looks spectacular. And you can use that as a whole, to mount it on the wall. You could use it for your picnics. You could drape it over a bed. You could drape it over a chair in your spare room, maybe in your crafting room. It looks absolutely beautiful and would make a wonderful, wonderful gift idea. We've got more to choose from. This is your hexagon bag. This is spring flowers, which is beautiful as well. What I love about this is you can make the strap as large or as small as you like. So if you want this to be a handbag, you could perhaps make that strap a little shorter. So you can use this as a handbag, or you can make it a little longer. And we've got the button on the front. Open that up. You can see you've got your 2 pockets inside, so you can put your mobile phone in there, you can put your bits and bobs in there, ladies. It doesn't have to be a lady's bag, it could be a man's bag if you want it to be. You can use a masculine material, or whatever material you like, you know, we don't mind. Just to show you underneath as well, those are your shapes, the hexagons that you make from that. Again, it's going to be your choice, your colour, your design. Perfect. We've got more to choose from as well. Remember, this is your pick and mix. So you've got your leaflets, they come here. Inside here, everything you need. This is your sewing machine stitch cushions. Okay, and again, everything you need on the back and all your designs inside there. Now, these are beautiful. What I love about these is that we can hand stitch them, which is a really nice way of relaxing, and it really means that you've put the work in and the effort, and it's such a lovely gift to give somebody. Maybe you know somebody who sews. Wonderful vintage style gift for them. Really nice cushion, and again, you can make as many of these as you like. You can choose the colour of the cotton, you can choose the colour of your background as well, but we've also got the different effect at the front, so it's 2 different style cushions that you can make. So you can make a patchwork style cushion here, which I think beautiful, beautiful colours. There's one more to show you. There's one more to show you because we've got 6 in total. This is fabulous. Shall I pick it up again? Yay! This is the story of Ginger. He's a very hungry cat, and he eats his fish. And he gets his fish and eats his fish. Now, of course, you could change the colour of the cat if you want to, but I think that's lovely. I love the stitching on there. I love the design. I love the patterns as well. So that's going to be absolutely perfect. Wonderful gift for yourself or somebody that you know, maybe for their birthday. So those are your options. 6 to choose from. It's a pick and mix, so you get to choose 3 for your one-day special. £13.47. It's a great deal. It's a great price. If you're not with Freedom, it's £14.97. And your item number there is at the top of the screen, 318676. Right, I need a Sue with me. I need a Sue with me.
Hello, Janice.
Hey, Sue, how you doing?
As if by magic.
Yes, as if
Just
by magic. We're limited stock on this next item.
I'm amazed. I'm so happy.
I think this is going to go. I really do.
They are very cute, though, aren't they? I mean, that dachshund's got a very naughty face. Look on his face, I think. He's got, you know, like he's going to cause a little bit of mischief, I think, if we're not careful there. But again, he's just one from the whole choice here of the perfect pooches. So you've got the dachshund and the little spaniel, and we've got a little Labrador-style doggy, and a Scottie and a Dalmatian. And as I said earlier, you know, you can mix up the colours with them.
Yeah, you can.
You don't have to have the
make
same
it more
colours.
personal.
Absolutely. And as I say, if you're making it for a little girl and she's maybe into pink, you can make all pink. So they can do whatever say please.
It's
It's
brilliant,
their
isn't it?
pattern, and I'd love to see any finished work, and always happy to have any emails or any questions.
Oh,
I'll try
that's
and
lovely.
help,
Yeah, if you want to
definitely.
email us throughout the show, you can do it studio@hochanda.com. Beautiful designs, but I must tell you, we are limited stock. Been so popular for this and the one-day special. £13.99, but look at that freedom price. That's better, isn't it? It's a why not deal. A why not deal means the saving that you're making by becoming a freedom member is greater than your first payment of your monthly payment to become a freedom member. So why not? You can cancel at any time, but this is the perfect way to take advantage and become a freedom member. Technically sold out.
Oh,
yeah, it's gone.
It's the cats and the dogs, you see. Everyone loves a cat or a dog. Or most people have got both or some or one or the other. So again,
well,
if you're not a catty person, you can have them both and make dogs for other people.
Well, if you've got it already, congratulations.
Thank
if you've
you.
not,
Enjoy.
technical sellout. So how about Fairy Crescent? How about, this is back on extended delivery. Okay, now this is fabulous. We've made the phone call. We know how popular these are, and it's extended delivery, so it's going to be dispatched on the 3rd of February. That's not too far away.
No, it's not. No, as I say, I'm just so happy that everyone's enjoying the projects, because they are really good fun to make. And even if you haven't had a lot of sewing experience, we do pride ourselves, Gail and Sue and I, at really trying to write patterns out for everybody. That they can sort of understand quite happily and follow. And again, if there are any problems, then Gail's on Facebook at Endless Threads. I'm Daisy Chain Designs. Again, please, and I've got a website, daisychaindesigns.co.uk, so you can get in touch with us if you're not sure of anything. Please don't sit there and not understand if there's something you're not sure of.
Now this has a surprise. We can open that up, and we've got another little surprise inside as well. This is where we can pop our needles to keep them nice and safe. Beautiful design quality. The inspiration is going to be yours. You also get the felt as well to create these. Once you've made it once, of course, you can go and source more material, and you can just keep making these. Maybe make them as a set. Give them away individually. You've also got your pin cushion there, and of course you've got your scissor fob or your key fob, whatever it is you want to use that for. It's your baby toadstool.
Oh, I just had a sudden thought, Janice. If you've made the nice Easter trinket boxes, you could make some little toadstools. Make all the one and hang them on the tree as well. They'd be really sweet,
yeah, that would be perfect. That would be
I'm going to make a little toadstool village.
Yeah, £9.89. That includes your P&P if you're a Freedom member. Back on extended delivery, so that's going out on the 3rd of February. Well worth getting because it's been so busy. OK, next up, we've not seen this. This is brand new to the show, so really excited about this. We've got blue and green, and the other colour is white and pink. I'm not sure. I like the white and pink, I really do.
I think the white and pink really well. If I just explain, Sue Rhodes has designed this, our lovely Sue, and she has screen printed all of these beautiful little embroidered designs on each of the different colourways. So if you want the green option, we've gone with a white screen print.
Just lift that one up.
Yes, of course. And the white's not
there
always
you go.
so easy to see. And with the white one, you've got a nice pink basis there.
They're already there for you. You don't have to do that.
For you, don't have to do anything scary. You just pick it up and choose your threads. And the beauty with the printed bags, and I'll just maybe if we hold one up each, Janice, then we can see you can actually embroider as much or as little onto that design as you want. So Sue here has picked up the lovely flowers on this little basket and then just gone around the little hexagons at the bottom.
Oh yeah, and just stitched in there, you see that?
Exactly. But again, if you don't want to, the design's very pretty, so you could actually go over all of the design, you could go over part of it and incorporate some of this nice, beautifully, printed design. If you just want to sort of pick it out now and again with your French knot or something, you can. So even if you haven't done a whole lot of sewing, then they're a really nice little project, and you do get everything in the kit in the way of fabrics and wadding, and then it's up to you to use your embroidery threads, and it's just a very nice little.
That's lovely
for keeping, again, sewing kit in, or if you're card making, maybe slip some nice little paper in there or something.
Fabulous.
That's too precious not to use.
Busy for these. You've got the white and the pink, you've got the blue and the green. You decide, you choose. £15.29. That includes your P&P if you're a Freedom member, so everything you need. So you get the pattern, you get the wadding, and you get the fabric. So it's everything you need for the whole project, which is absolutely fantastic. So we've not seen these so far, but already we're busy for them. Already we're busy.
I'm not surprised. They are very, very nice. And again, very achievable. Make a lovely gift for somebody if you can bear to give it away.
Yes, yes. Well, we are busy. We've got queues on the phones. The website is the best way and easiest way to order. Here's our website. It's a very visual experience. We've got our cats and dogs on extended delivery, have we? Yay! we've made another phone call. I love that. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, well done for getting those back in. They will be dispatched on the 3rd of February as well, so that's absolutely fantastic. At least we've got them back for you. You're not missing out, which is great. But that's the website. If you see the blue banner, that means it's part of the Freedom, and that means you're saving, which is fabulous, because then you can add more to your basket. Right, I've swapped me Sue's.
Hello.
Hi Sue, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Sue, what we're going to have a look at?
I'm going to demo a binding technique, which is used actually in the quilt, which I've got over there, which I don't think we've touched on yet.
That's beautiful.
But the pattern is available for that, my log cabin basket quilt.
Oh, that is like a log cabin, isn't it? That's lovely.
And so it includes foundation piece log cabins, and another way of doing log cabins, and a plique with hand embroidery.
Lovely. Oh, lovely.
But we thought it would be useful to do a binding exercise, because it's also on the cushions that are just on their way over from the one day special. It's also on Gail's cushions.
Oh, okay.
There, the Katie cushion. Yeah. And it just is, I'm not terribly keen on piping cushions. I prefer binding cushions, because you get that lovely little flash of colour around the outside. You don't have to cut your binding on the cross of the fabric. You can cut it on the straight of grain, because it's going on to straight pieces.
Okay.
Now,
fabulous.
I always join my binding putting them right sides together at right angles, and the instructions are generally they're in the cushion pattern.
In the cushion pattern, which is part of your one-day special.
It is, yes. So the binding is joined at right angles, and I've drawn a little line from that corner to that corner.
Okay.
It's a single binding.
Yes.
And the strips are 1.5 inches wide. And I've made a mock-up of a cushion here, so I can actually put it round a cushion. I like that flash of colour, that nice finishing touch it gives to a cushion, but I'm not keen on piping. So, I mean, I can do it, but I prefer to do binding. So when you make your... the cushion's got an envelope back, which I'll show you in a moment. So I'm just stitching that together, and I'll take it out of the sewing machine. And when you open it, you can see you've got a lovely join in your binding.
Oh, yeah,
you can hardly see it, actually. It's disappeared, hasn't it? I didn't purposely match the pattern up, but it has matched up quite nicely. And if I turn it over, you have to just clip that triangle off and then press the seams open.
Now we've got one of the finished samples here from the one-day special.
Yeah.
You can make 2 cushions with this one-day special. We've got the lovely stitched cushion right here, which is gorgeous. But we're talking about the binding, which is on this particular cushion right here.
Yeah, it's useful because it's used on most quilts. It's used on Sue's quilt. It's used on my quilt, and it's very nice technique. It's called continual binding, so you have to measure all the way around whatever you're going to be binding, and make binding to that length and a little bit extra, because I'm going to do it all in one piece and turn the corner so you get a lovely mitered edge on the corner.
Lovely.
So I'll just do it quickly. I'm doing a 1/4 inch binding, so I'm stitching 1/4 inch away from the edge of the cushion.
Right.
And I'm just going to stitch down while you're holding my cushion. And when I get, I'm going to try, I'm a bit wonky, sorry. So when I'll try and get my left hand out of the way.
That's okay, don't worry.
But you stop 1/4 inch away from the edge and reverse. I'm not sure how this mite is going to be, but you'll get the picture.
Yeah, of course.
Because I took my eyes off it for a second.
That's all right, Sue.
Well, I was just...
I'll let you off.
Yeah, so I'm going to now fold it. If I move it out of the way, I'm going to fold it up.
Right.
Away from the edge of the cushion.
Okay.
And give it a little crease. And then I'm going to fold it back down again.
Ah, I see.
And line it up like so. And then I'm going to carry on stitching. You could... This is not going to come out particularly well.
I'm sure
but
you'll
get the picture. So you just carry on then round the cushion. just trying to keep my left hand out of the way.
No,
I do use it such a lot you don't realise until you actually have to try and do it. So on my cushion there's an example of a much better mitred corner, but if I unfold it you'll see you get a mitre there, which you can fold back and out of the way.
What a great tip.
Yes, it's and then I hand stitch on the back. I hem I would fold it in and in again, and that's those clips that Gail was using for her boxes. They also can be used for this job.
There you go.
They're called binding clips.
Are they?
Yes. Well,
there you go.
And so you can hold it down very nicely with the clips, or if you don't have these, just use the pin and then hand stitch down and along there, and it just finishes off your cushion nicely. The cushion front and the cushion back have been put wrong sides together. Normally you'd put them right sides together and then turn them through, but because it's having the binding around the edge, you put them wrong sides together, and then you get a lovely finished corner, which you can then stitch down, and a nice flash of colour. My little grandson, these are what's left of his curtains.
Oh!
So it's a very quick and easy way to make a lovely cushion, and just to finish it off and give it that slightly professional finish, which looks so attractive, and give the flash of a nice colour, which is, I've picked up the colour in that one.
Yeah, you've done this really well. I love the colours in this.
Thank you.
And with this, you get this pattern, of course. If you're going for this pattern as part of your one-day special, it's a pick and mix with your one-day special. We've got 6 different item patterns to choose from, and this is one of them where you can make one of 2 cushions. Here's the other one just here that you can actually sew on, which is beautiful. So, again, you can choose your own colours that you want to make, but I think these will look gorgeous together. In your craft room, it could just be a chair that you have in your hallway or in a bedroom, just to embellish that chair so it's not so lonely on its own. But those techniques that you showed us just look absolutely fabulous, and it's great to see them.
They are nice finishing techniques, and I like the, as I say, the flash of colour that it brings to the outside of the cushion. Those cushions are actually based on a song.
Oh.
A sewing machine, I'm not going to sing it, but a sewing machine is a girl's best friend. Oh. If I didn't have my sewing machine, I'd come to no good end.
Oh.
And then there are more words.
Okay. Broadcastable?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's from the 30s.
It's not one of those songs.
No. It's from the 30s, so yes, completely. It's from a film called The Perils of Pauline, which I haven't watched the film, but I've watched the clip on YouTube of her singing the song. It's a very funny song.
Oh, we'll have to go and check that out.
And she does it in a broad New York accent, and she's working in a sweatshop in New York in the 30s during the Depression.
How interesting.
So it's an interesting thing. My mum used to sing that song to me, so I thought I'd commemorate it on a cushion. You don't have to put it on, but I quite like words on.
Words are always good. Unfortunately, we're running out of time.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had busy shows. Let's have a look at some more inspirations of what you can create when you get your one-day specials home. Oh, sorry. Caught me having the chocolate. So tempting though, isn't it? So tempting. Some gorgeous, wonderful designs that you can create at home with your friends. You can create them for your friends as well. And of course, you could go for your one-day special, or you can go for all the added extras that we've got available on the show. So much to choose from. And of course, with Easter just around the corner, it's a good idea to get all the extras as well. Well, it's been a fabulous show. It's been great to have your company. And it's been lovely to have the company of Sue and Gail. So, to the Sue and Gail over there, thank you very much. We'll be seeing them later on today. To the Sue right here, thank you very much. And we'll have a look at that YouTube clip after the show with the song. And what are we going to be doing at 5 o'clock, Sue?
I don't know.
Oh, we're going to decide in between the shows. Well, if you want to know what we're doing at 5 o'clock, well, tune in at 5 o'clock, and that's when we'll all know what we're doing. But it has been great to have your company. Again, please get in touch, studio@hochanda.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions that you want to ask, we can ask Sue and Gail in between the shows, or we can ask them during the show. It's always great to hear from you. But we are really busy. It is your one-day special. The price will go up at 6 o'clock today, because the one-day special lasts for 24 hours. Don't forget to become a Freedom member as well, because you can take advantage of our flash save. That's plenty of savings throughout all the shows, and savings on individual items available to you. Don't go anywhere. There is more coming up, and Dave Bradford is in the studio. So Sugar Buttons is coming up right now. We've got Chloe's creative cards, and we're back with Threaders embroidery transfers later on. Don't go anywhere. Keep tuned in to Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp Limited. We're well known in the industry for designing and manufacturing top quality, award-winning craft products. As with all craft projects, you need a good starting place, a great stamp, a top quality stencil, and in recent times we've developed the Groovy Parchment art system so that your line art is perfect on parchment. Another exciting development to come from the marriage between Parchment and our stamp company is the fabulous designer papers and now the designer parchment. There is nothing like it. Each groovy plate is precision etched, and by simply getting in the groove with a stylus, you can easily transfer great designs onto parchment. Groovy is a modular system. The plates complement each other and work beautifully together. They are packed with elements and allow you to build your own original artwork. Whether you're a novice or a traditional parcher, you will love these plates. And for me personally, having beautiful line art is what motivated me to want to learn traditional parchment skills. So why not get in the groove with us here on Hochanda?
Hi, I'm Bev, I'm from Be Crafty. We have been going for about 14 years, and 4 years ago we started designing and making our very own stamps just for you. All of our stamps are designed and made here at Be Crafty by my own fair hands, and we love using them for lots of different crafty projects. I love playing with our stamps and templates and getting as inky as I can, whether it's spraying or blending ink or stamping ink, paint, everything. We absolutely love it, and that's what we want to show you when we come to Hochanda, because we get to demo as much as we like, which is fantastic, so I can show you all the techniques that I'm learning too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Thank you, Janice. Great to have her with us, isn't it?
Lovely.
Yes.
She's very good.
Great to have her on board. It's good to see her. Right, welcome along. Good to have you on board as well.
Thank you.
Back for a second
helping.
helping.
It's been a great day today so far.
It's been a really, really busy day. Really good day. Now, Catherine's here. If you've not met Catherine before, if you love either air-dried clay, polymer clay or sugar paste models, this is the lady that actually designs them. Does them all by freehand and then makes moulds so that we can do it ourselves. I've got to let you know, though, at the moment we're in the middle of a flash save event, which means that everything in the show has got a Freedom discount on it of a certain amount, up to 20%. So that's the first thing. So join the Freedom Club if you're not a member to get those extra discounts and saving the postage. But also, because it's Sugar Button's birthday, which is your brand of mould.
It is, yes, correct.
There is a special bonus present, really, I suppose you could call it. If you buy any of the Sugar Buttons moulds, any one or two or three or however many you want, you will have this attached to your order. Limited to one per customer. It is worth £17.99. And what you're going to be getting for the first few of you in this hour, we've got another DVD up our sleeves when this one sells out. You've got the Animal Projects Moulds DVD, 3 hours of top tips from Catherine herself. Plus, you get this, well, it's not been available anywhere else until now, brand new, the Baby Chick for Easter mould, and that is worth together $17.99. So if you buy, say, the Princess, the Fairy or the Ballerina mould at $8.99 freedom price delivered, you'll get $17.99's worth of bonus goodies. That's why we were so busy earlier.
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? Just a little sample with the chick on, just so you can see. They are very cute, so we've got them dancing around that little jar there. So it's a lovely addition to add on to the other sugar button moulds.
And we have also got some other kind of Easter themed. We've got rabbit coming up fairly soon that will go with the chick as well. But that's going to be your bonus if you buy any sugar button mould in the show today. You'll get that attached without having to ask for it. Worth $17.99. First, though, let's have a little look at our sugar button first moulds. These were really busy in the first hour. We've got our Princess, which is that one just there. We've got our Fairy, which is that one there. We've also got our Ballerina, which is that one there. Now, each of them discounted down to $8.99, saving £4, and it's a delivered price, plus you'll get the bonus.
You will. Fantastic offer. And anyone that hasn't got these are fantastic because they work so well with all the extra little bits and pieces as well, like the toadstool and snail that are coming up, and the fairy door, obviously. So we're going to cover all these different moulds, but at this price, they're a must-have, aren't they? Oh,
absolutely a must-have. And even if you've already got a mould once and you're using it maybe for air-dry clay, why not buy another one and use it for your sugar crafting? Because we always say keep them separate.
Yes,
Don't use them for both. It's one or the other. So now's a good time to stock up on a second one, maybe. And this one is our... Which one's that?
That's the fairy. I've actually adapted her a little bit, so I've changed her. You can sort of adapt the faces a little bit as well, so you can change the hairstyles. I don't know if we'll get time to show exactly how to do too much of that today, but it is quite easy to do.
Well, the fairy, a third of the stock is gone.
Right, lovely. Again, she works great, doesn't she, with the snail toadstools and the fairy door. This is the Princess.
Okay.
Now, she does come with a crown, but you can cut the crown away, so you could turn her into a communion figure or for a christening or for a prom dress or something like that, so you can change them around.
Half the stock of our Princess has gone, and the detail, this is the thing that will amaze you when you actually own one of these moulds, as I'm sure many of you do already, is the amount of depth and detail in there. It means that you're going to get such incredible images every single time. So that one is your Princess. See how deep it is? And then the other one is your Ballerina.
Ballerina. We've just got a little card there with the Ballerina on it. So I've actually changed her into an Irish dancer before.
Have you?
And an ice skater.
That, actually.
Yeah, an ice skater as well. So you can add your own little props to them and things like that. So again, she's very sweet. Or if you don't want to go with the whole mould, you can just... Got to get it the right way. Just go with the little face and the hands.
Now, approaching a third of the stock of this went in the earlier show as well. Very, very, very busy for them. So $9.99 if you're not a Freedom member, but it makes absolute sense to become a member. It's $6.97 for a month, and that gives you instant access to the Freedom prices and no postage to worry about either. Plus, you'll get, because you're buying a Sugar Buttons mould, you'll get that bonus worth $17.99 as well. Just for spending $8.99. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Still got to be true.
Now, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you in the earlier show that Catherine and I did went for the animal moulds. They have got the R factor. They're the most adorable creatures, they really are. And when you see the moulds, it's not obvious what they're going to look like until you actually see them in the flesh. Now, if I hold them up for you, here they are. They've been mounted into MDF frames. There is your giraffe. The giraffe is now extended delivery. Only a couple of days, but it'll be with you in a few days' time. So there's your giraffe. This one is your lion. Half the stock of the lion gone as well. Is this on extended delivery as well? No, this is on immediate delivery. OK. Then we have the elephant, which is so cute. That was the first one to sell out. Now on extended delivery of a couple of days. He's only $8.99 as well. Always a firm favourite. My favourite, though, is the monkey, the cheeky little monkey. For immediate delivery, limited stock. But again, it's a fantastic Sugar Buttons mould, so you'll get your $17.99's worth of bonus goodies as well. But there he is with a banana in his hand.
Yeah, that's it. You get the little banana as part of the mould, so you've got his accessories there as well.
And if I just show you this, I think this is the most incredible thing. It's like a Noah's Ark, but this could be a sweet dispenser. Could be anything, really, couldn't it?
It could. I mean, it's been around the world, this has actually, because this was made some time ago, but yeah, it's been to America and all over the place. But the idea was to turn it into a Noah's Ark, And again, it just shows how you can use the full figure, or you can just take the faces and the tails maybe, so the monkey tail could be hanging over the edge of the boat and things like that.
Well,
and they're great fun to play with.
If you like the monkey, he's sold out on immediate dispatch, but he is available on extended. So a couple of days extra delivery time, that will be sorted out for you, and he'll be on his way, and you will get also your bonus. Remember, that applies to extended delivery as well as standard instant delivery orders as well. You'll get your £17.99 bonus. OK, now moving along from our animals, we've got our door, and we've also got our fairy window as well. So again, you can make wonderful properties and that sort of thing. And
Yes.
things.
I'm hoping that the time might allow on this show to cover those at the end of the demo time. So again, I think these are just brilliant for adding onto those extra little sugar butt moulds. You know, you can put your cat and dog outside the door, you can put the snail in the toadstools, you can put your fairy, it could be a church door, it could be a castle door, it could be a cottage door, it could be all those different things.
Well, the extended delivery on this, a couple of days again, not the end of the world, but 60% nearly of the stock of that has gone. £11.99, there's your fairy door. You can put your fairy doors on your skirting board, which lots of people like to do. You can make these wonderful, quirky houses out of them. There's the fairy window as well. You can have all sorts of fun. You can even use them for, like, weddings, and that could be a gazebo, couldn't it, if you wanted it to be?
I've done churches with them as well, and the window, you can take the shutters off if you don't want the shutters on there, and with the window mould you get the flowers and the leaves as well, so you've got those added bonuses in there.
Fab. Now, one thing I didn't show you when we showed you the animals, I forgot about this, I'm just going to quickly show you. This is adorable. Imagine that in a nursery. Isn't that just the most cute thing ever? And the MDF train is one of Catherine's products. That's on the website if you want to find that. But you can actually have the animals waving out of the back of the train, and love it. So there's the details again for those silicone moulds, OK? £9.99 gets you whichever you choose. The monkey is now back on extended delivery, so you can order that one now. OK, then, next we have the rabbit. The rabbit with Easter in mind, bearing in mind you're going to be getting a bonus chick if you go for him. So the rabbit and the chick go together for Easter.
That's it. Yes, that's right. Well, any of the sugar moulds you're going to get that chick, but he works so well, doesn't he, for Easter with the rabbit. So with the sample here, if I just hold this up, you can see you've got not only the full rabbit in there, which you can move the arms back. These two are playing hide and seek, so we've got one rabbit counting to 10, and then we've got the other one disappearing down a hole, because you do get the rabbit's bottom, and you also get a carrot as well. So you could make piles of carrots. You could just do one carrot and let the rabbit hold it. So we're going to cover that on the first demo, the rabbit.
Great. OK, so rabbit's coming up. So that one, if you'd like him, is only £9.89 delivered for Freedom members. And remember, if you want your Freedom membership, it's 88888, only £6.97 to join, and you save all that money, and you'll also get, of course, your postage paid for, and you'll also get your bonus too. OK, now the cat and the dog together, these are adorable. These are very, very popular from the earlier show as well. And again, you can make him any colour you want, or them any colour you want, so you know, you can make a cat that's true to maybe your cat at home, or your pet at home, or someone else's. And if you take commissions for cakes and things like that, it's always handy to have something like this. £11.89 the price. We always say, yes, you can use the moulds for either or, cake decorating, or for your air-dry clay or polymer clay, but only use them for that one job. You know, keep your food moulds away from your crafting moulds.
Yes, for health reasons, obviously. Yeah. And the cat and dog, again, they're a lovely little size, so if you're a card maker, they make great toppers for your cards, especially with the air-dry clay, because it's so lightweight. But these are great fun to work with, because you can put little patches on them, spots on them, you can make them a solid colour. So again, it's about having fun with them.
It is, and you get both for that price of £11.89 delivered as well. 463-248. Now, we had queues in the first show Catherine and I did together, and we got 2-minute queues back again, so history's repeating itself. Really sorry about that, but you can beat the queues by ordering on the website. You'll get your bonus goodies on the website as well, and you'll also get your Freedom price if you are a Freedom member. And the other moulds that are there, we've got the moulds for the owls, all three of them on the branches, 20% discount if you're a Freedom member, so that takes it to £13.99 for that one. We've got the birdhouse, which is the third one along there, with a 5-star review on it as well. That's got 15% Freedom discount on it, so that takes it to £11.89. When you pop that in your basket, that's what you'll get. And then we've also got the snails and the toadstools. Now, we had this on a Freedom discount, so it's £8.99 delivered if you're a Freedom member, and that's on extended delivery as well, but only a couple of days and they'll be out of the door. But all of those are sugar button moulds, and that will give you the bonus. But there are other moulds that are in the show that haven't got the bonus attached to them because they're not sugar button moulds. We've got creative cake moulds, designed by Kerry, who is another regular guest that you see here, and Katie Sue design moulds as well. And don't forget the clay as well. We're using that in the show today, but you could equally use sugar paste, or you could be using polymer clay. But what we've got in the show available today is the air dry modelling clay, 200 grams of white, and you love using this, don't you?
I do, yes. It's professional grade, so you know you've got a fantastic product. It's very lightweight, it's very strong when it dries as well, so you know you're not worrying about things falling apart. So great for your card toppers if you're into your card making. I am going to start just with the plain white. We have got the colours on as well, and it's so highly pigmented, the colours, that you need the tiniest bit to make a difference in there.
Well, the colours are actually on the bottom of the screen, and you do get 3 50-gram bags, and you know it's light as a feather. It really is. So you get a lot for your money. This one is your yellow, your orange, and your dark brown. We've got another triple pack as well of the black, the red, and the green. And if you go for the white, then that's a single pack of 200 grams. So it's up to you how you mix and match it, but it's all there. The white is approaching 80% gone, so be quick if you want.
We always sell loads of this, and people always come back for it because they know it's such a good product. I am going to do my first TV appearance in my reading glasses today because my eyes are failing terribly today. I think I've had too many late nights this week. Right.
Working, though, not
working,
playing.
exactly, working. I've certainly not been playing. Right, we're going to work with a rabbit, and I've chosen this one because it's probably one of the easiest ones, so because we're going to work with one colour, and I'm just sticking to the white, so I don't really need to mix anything in there. The only slight addition is this pink, and this is actually a little bit of the red mixed into the white, but there is a pink option as well, so you could go with either. And I'm going to take the tiniest little bit of clay and roll it with a fingertip, because I'm going to use this to make the bunny's nose. Now you could leave this bit out, you could just put the whole piece of clay in as a white piece and then paint the nose in, but I do like to show, you know, step it up a little bit, start to add those colours separately when you're brave enough. So all I've done is put that tiny ball of clay. I'm using a tool that's very similar to a Dresden tool, so you've got the plastic cake decorating tools, they work perfectly. A little ball tool, the end of a paintbrush, the rounded end of a paintbrush, just any tool that you've got that will just push the clay into that little area.
Now we have got all of those tools in plastic on the website as well. They're always featured in our Katie Sue shows and mould shows and so on.
They are, aren't they? And they're, you know, they're there for a lifetime as well. Once you've got them, if you look after them, you don't need to keep replacing those. Now, because although I'm going in with white, and I could go with one lump of clay and sort of spread it around, I'm not. What I tend to do where there's faces on the characters is take a ball of clay first. I think that's probably a little bit too big. It's better to have too little than too much. Roll it so it's nice and smooth, so you know you've got a nice surface, and pop that in first and just press down. That way, you know you've got a nice smooth surface to the face. It's going to pick up the detail, and because I've added that extra colour in there, it's going to pick up that colour. So you can add the clay in different shapes and sizes. You don't have to go with one lump, but if you prefer to do it in one piece, you can do. I just tend to sort of shape to the arms and legs and then work it through. And as long as you put enough clay in there and you compact it down, you will find that, you know, anywhere where you've got joins usually just disappear as you compact it. So I'm just topping up the mould.
It just makes an artist of everyone, these moulds, doesn't it?
It does, and this was the whole thing about it for me. I didn't want something that everything was going to look the same. I wanted people to be able to think outside the box a little bit and add their own tweaks to it and make them individual.
Now do bear in mind this is Catherine's last show today, so this offer celebrating Sugar Button's 3rd birthday, it's your last chance to get hold of that, and it at the moment consists of the animal DVD and the baby chick mould, which is a £17.99 value. This has got a limited quantity on it. We have got another bonus if that goes, which it looks as if it probably will do before the end of the show. But if you want this one at the moment with the animals and the baby chick, then that is what you get if you buy any of the Sugar Button moulds. If you want the animals, check out now, because that DVD is about to probably go as the bonus. So I'll just give you a warning on that one.
Okay, so all I've done there is just roll over the top with a rolling pin. You can press quite hard onto these. You're not going to break the moulds. They're made of the most fantastic grade of silicone. Totally food safe, as we've already said. So I've compacted that clay down, and then just use a fingertip around the edge just to pull the clay in. That gives you a nice neat edge, so you don't get any sort of little overhangs of clay. If you did find that, you could snip them off with scissors. Now the rabbit is a good example to one of the moulds. I was speaking about this earlier. If you find when you flex the mould that it's not releasing very well, it's usually because the clay is just too wet. So especially if you found the arms and the legs were bending with the mould as I flex it, just take the clay out, let it air dry a little bit, give it 5 minutes and go again. But that is actually lifting. If I just show you there, you can see how it's popping up. So just flex around a few times. Try and avoid putting a finger right underneath the face because you can distort it a little bit. But I'm just going to pop that out.
Oh, look.
And there you can see, he hasn't got any ears yet, but you can see that we've got the little nose. It's picked the clay up.
It's that little eureka moment when all of a sudden all that kind of pressing of the clay in there makes it all worthwhile, because look at the expression on his face, his eyes, his mouth is open, his tongue's sticking out. It's absolutely adorable.
He's jumping for joy at the minute, but you could change the position of the paws. So, I mean, this little jar that I've done here, I've done the rabbit popping over the top. If we just sort of have a look at it from the front. He's hanging inside. You can see his feet and his legs, and he's climbing out of the sweetie jar in amongst all the little eggs and the lollipops, because that's what I've put at the back there, the little lollipops.
All the animals are just so adorable, and you can move the ears, you can move the paws. I mean, that one that we showed earlier on where the rabbit is going down the hole and then the other one's got his paws over his face, it's really superb. And they look totally different, each one.
They do. And this is, now you can start to play around a little bit, you see. Now, the ears are separate. Now, we've done that so that you can adjust them, you can shape them, you can change the position of them. You don't even need a rolling pin for this. You can just push these into place. So I'm just taking some of the clay and popping that in there. And then it's fairly tidy without going around the edge there. So I'm just going to pop those out. And they're shaped so you've got that inner bit of ear. You can see the delve in it. Just got a bit of orange on there. Now, for colouring, you might want to put some pink in there. So what I would suggest is, rather than going with the clay, everybody who knows me by now knows I love the powders, both the decorating up the MDF and the clay. And I would just rub a little bit of the pink powder into the ear. It just gives a slightly softer look rather than going with the clay. So you've got two sort of pink inners now. And then I normally pinch the bottom of the ear and flatten it slightly. It's just so that when I attach it to the rabbit's head, it doesn't sort of make a lump at the back. So then you can decide how that's going to go. And if the clay's nice and wet, it's just a case of pressing the two edges together, and then you can adjust the ears. So we might want to flop them both down.
He's even more adorable when his ears flop over, isn't he?
And then on the feet, you could try and put the colour in separately, but I would suggest again, just go with a little bit of powder on the base of the feet there, just to give them that touch of colour and bring out the detail. I think that's all it needs. Now, of course, we haven't got the eyes in there. I'm going to give him a little bit of blush on his cheeks as well. I always do that. Just sort of brings the face
to life a little bit.
Yeah. Now, the eyes have been made, so you can see the indentation where the eyes are going to go. So you could just add a little blob of paint in there, or you could do it separately with the clay. Now, I do prefer to do that myself, and it's not necessary, but it's just my way. And I do tend to make that hole a little bit bigger. So I'm using the ball tool, and it's important to look at the size of the ball tool when you come to put the actual eyes in. The reason I make the holes a little bit bigger is because it's such a small area. If you just try and get a bit on the surface there, it's such a tiny amount. So it allows you to make the ball of clay slightly larger than you may think. Easiest way of working with the clay in small amounts is to roll out a little string. And then I want one of my favourite tools, which is a cocktail stick. Break off a small amount, palm of your hand and one fingertip, and just roll a little ball. And what you're looking for is a ball the same sort of size as the ball tool, because that's the tool that you've made the hole with. And you can use the cocktail stick just to pick the clay up and pop it in place. Another alternative would be to use a seed bead. That would work as well. So some of the eyes that I make tend to be just black, and some I go with a layer of white and then the black, or even blue. The elephants, I tend to give them blue eyes. I don't know why, I just do.
Blue and grey looks quite good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But to bring them totally to life is the little white highlight in the eye, and I do tend to use paint for this. So you want a very sharp point of a cocktail stick or a pokey tool or something that's just very small, and just put that little white highlight in.
What difference it makes.
It does make a difference. And you can even put a little bit of shine on the rabbit's nose and just let that dry. So that's now ready just to position, whether you want it sat up, whether you want to play hide and seek, whether you want it holding an Easter egg. You can do whatever you like with it.
And the mould has made it achievable. I mean, that is something that Catherine is incredibly skilled at making from scratch without the need of a mould. But for you and I, it's impossible to do it. But now we've got the moulds, you can create characters just like this. You even get the mould for his little carrot as well, and in his
little bottom.
There's a little bottom, yeah, with a toppy tail on it.
I've got a jar here with one of the doors on, which hopefully we'll get a chance to demo a little bit with later. Now, this has dried a little bit, so it may need a bit of PVA glue. But I did think the rabbit would look quite cute if it was disappearing around the edge of the door.
Love it.
You know, when we start to build the jar up and put some more stonework in, that will look as though it's disappearing around the back of the door. So, you know, it's your choice.
Well, they always do a runner when you get near them, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
And then you've got, of course, the little carrots, so don't forget that's part of the mould as well.
Absolutely adorable, they really are. Now remember, if you want to have the window and door silicone moulds, then they are on the screen now for £11.99. You get both of them. That's the Freedom discounted price delivered to your door, OK? So not only you not have to worry about the P&P, you're also getting another £3 off the price because you're watching us on the Flash Save event for Freedom members. Also, you're going to get still at the moment, I believe, the Animal DVD and also the fantastic Chick silicone mould. Now, the mould is brand new. It's not been offered before until today. Bearing in mind we're thinking now about Easter. The animal projects with the moulds, that's the 3-hour tutorial as to how to get the most out of the animal moulds that are in the show today, and other ones besides as well that you may have already seen and got. And then the Chick is one that's kind of totally independent. So that's worth £17.99, 393230, your item number for that one. That's your bonus at the moment to celebrate Sugar Button's 3rd birthday. 3 years. Wow. Where's the time go?
I know, it seems like yesterday.
Well, tell you what, let's have a look at the website as well, the other moulds that are available. And remember, provided it's the Sugar Button mould, it's one per customer, you will get that fantastic bonus worth £17.99 with any of these moulds that are here. Even the ones that are no longer for instant delivery. Extended delivery in this instance is only a couple of days, so you don't have too long to wait for them at all. We've got, of course, the dog and the cat there. We've got the owls with the branch. We've got the bird house as well. It's all there for you. And also the toadstools and the snail too, all on extended delivery, or most of them of a couple of days. OK, so let's come back and let's show you all these moulds that are still available in the studio here today. Now this, as you can see here, this wonderful 3-dimensional picture is fantastic because you've got the birdhouse in there, you've got the toadstools and the snail in there, and the owls. All the little characters kind of work together so well. Now, if you want the garden snail and the toadstools, it is £8.99. That's the price if you're a Freedom member. You're benefiting from the flash sale, obviously, or flash save event. Plus, you're going to get your postage paid for as well. So £8.99 delivered for that particular one. That's on extended delivery of a couple of days, so not long to wait. 653601. And if I just show you one of the little snail characters, if I've got one. There they are, look. There's the snail and the toadstool, just on the plaque at the bottom. So really cute, really lovely. And that is £8.99 delivered for Freedom members. Now, the next set is the birdhouse, which is just that one above it, to be honest. And birdhouses are very, very fashionable at the moment, like bird cages. This is on straight away, is it? Limited stock on immediate dispatch at £13.99, OK? 717045, your item number there for the birdhouse. Then we go to our owls, and these are the 3 owls. And they've got the large, the medium, and the small, so it's probably mummy, daddy and baby or something. This is extended delivery, these owls, at £16.99, but Freedom members don't pay that. You're already getting a £3 discount. You pay £13.59, which gives you a total discount of £6.40, and no P&P to find either. And this is 20%, was it? 20% discount, and that's on extended delivery for the 3 hours, all right? Really cute. So that is 238502, your item number there. We then go on to the puppy and the cat. Remember that these are both together and are both still available, but still on extended delivery of a couple of days. And these are all, remember, the ones we're showing you at the moment are all Sugar Button moulds, which means you will get that bonus of the DVD and the mould as well. 15% discount on Freedom for this one, and that dog could be any breed you want it to be. It could be a Dalmatian if you do it with black spots on it in white. It could be a Retriever if it's in brown or whatever. And then the cat as well, again, you can make it out whatever coloured sugar paste or whatever coloured air dry clay you'd like to use. £11.89 is the price delivered for Freedom members, 463248. Now the one that Catherine was using in that demo, already very, very busy for this. This is also extended delivery, just £10.99, or Freedom members, you save an extra £1.10. So that's £9.89 off the price. £9.89, that's a 10% reduction, and it's 907,206. But again, that will come with £17.99's worth of bonus goodies. Then we have the window and the door. Now, this could be for use on a skirting board. Lots of people have fairy doors on their skirting boards at home now. The kids absolutely love that. But equally, you could be using that on a cake, you could be using it on an ornament, whatever you want to do. And you've got the fairy door, then why not have the fairy window as well with those wonderful flowers? So that's 393,230. Both of those big moulds, actually, for £11.99 is a bargain, saving £8, and that's the delivered price. So with the P&P you're saving about nearly £11 by buying that today, and you get £17.99's worth of bonus goods. Just too good to miss out on. Far too good to miss out on. Then we have the animals. Now, all of these, remember, are on extended delivery still. We've got our little monkey, the cheeky little monkey. We've got the giraffe. We've then got the lion, and we then also have the elephant as well. So all four of those, just £9.99 each, and that's 718,466. Lots of you are choosing to go for maybe all four of them, in actual fact. The only one we have for instant delivery is the lion, but the others are just a couple of days extra. So, but the lion is approaching limited stock. And when you've got them all, you can make wonderful ornaments like this. You can make that fantastic Noah's Ark. Get them all delivered for £8.99 each. No P&P to worry about if you're a Freedom member, of course. Plus, you're going to be getting one. It's limited to one per customer of those bonuses as well. That would be £35.96 if you wanted all four. Okay, 718,466. And finally, we have our fantasy. Now, we have a choice between... Have we lost one of them? Oh, it's down here. Just fell off.
Is it the ballerina that's gone? No, it's the princess.
Yeah, princess. That's what fell off the top there. Sorry, love. There's your princess. You've got your fairy or your ballerina. Choose between the two, or between the three. And they are £8.99 delivered with the Freedom Save discount. OK, so that's 287223. Choose which one you would like, and you will have attached to your order the £17.99's worth of bonus. Now, the bonus gift that we got for you now, the last one of our animal DVDs has gone, unfortunately, but we can let you have another DVD still with the little chick mould. Now, this second one, Catherine, is all about weddings, isn't it?
It does say wedding on it, but all the projects can be converted into non-wedding.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be a wedding DVD. So for a good example actually is, we showed earlier the little princess with a castle. There is a church on the front. It's made in exactly the same way. So you can use your other characters, you can do the same projects, but just use the other moulds rather than the wedding moulds. But a lot of people out there will have the bride and groom probably, and will recognise those straight away. But yes, all the projects can easily be done with other moulds.
Excellent. So, yeah, you can put your own spin on it, but it's more kind of figure-based, this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There's always hints and tips on there. There's different ways of working with things. There's polymer clay, there's air-dry clay on there. So there's a bit of all sorts. And
again, the combined value of both the new silicone mould and the DVD is £17.99, and that is now your bonus. Every single one of the DVDs we have with the animal theme is gone, but you'll still get this included with any order that you make from Sugar Buttons. We do have, though, remember, just one per customer rule on that one. For that sort of value, you can understand why. Please do check out your baskets. We've got a 2.5-minute queue on the phones, and if you use the website hochanda.com, there's never a queue there. Right then, so we're going to move on to our lion.
We're going to move on to Mr. Lion. Now, I feel a bit sorry for Mr. Lion because he always seems to be the one that lags behind, and I don't know why, because he's a great character and he's actually probably very versatile compared to some of the other moulds as well. I know he's on limited stock at the minute, so hopefully he won't sell out before I've done this. But a little tip, I did mention this in the earlier show, if you're just making the one figure, take the white clay, fill the mould, then take it out and then colour it, so that you're only mixing enough colour just to do that one character instead of wasting the clay. You don't have to waste it, you can pack it away, you can seal it up, but if you don't want another character that colour, then why mix more than you need?
Yeah, makes sense.
So I've pre-mixed my clay already, but how I've done that is just using some of the coloured clay. And when I talk about the smallest amounts, I am talking the smallest amounts. So to get the lion colour, I used a tiny bit of the yellow and a tiny bit of the brown as well, and you just mix that together. So those colours are very, very useful.
Now, the colours come in 50-gram packs. The white, you get 200 grams of it, and it's literally as light as a feather, so you get an awful lot of the clay, whichever packs you go for. But the colours, like Catherine said, a little bit goes a long way, so you won't need that much of the colours. And we've got 3 different sets of 3 to choose from. We've got the yellow, the orange and the brown. We've got the black, the red and the green, and we've also got the magenta, which is the pink, the green or the blue. So you choose which set of 3 you'd like. Just £10.19 for the coloured clay as a Freedom member delivered.
Okay, now I have prepped some of this already. Now the nice thing about the lion is you get a little bit like the rabbit, where you get the ears separate, you get the legs, the front legs separate, you get pieces of the mane and you get the tail separate. This allows you to be a little bit more adventurous with the character rather than it being a set. Yeah. So we're going to start with the main character, and I have already put some black in there for the nose. So just the same way as I did the rabbit, I've done the nose in black on the lion. And I'm going to do the same trick with the face. So roll the ball of clay, make sure you've got a nice piece without any creases in it, and just drop that in there. And then I can spread into the ears. Now the reason I like the lion is he could actually be a bear.
Oh yeah.
And I'm saying he, without the mane, it's the lioness.
Right.
So you've got the best of everything, really. Yeah. So I'm going to do the body and the legs next. So again, I'm going to feed this in separate pieces. I'm just going to spread out what I've got there and then top it up from the back.
And the first tip I noticed when I worked with you for the first time years ago now was that the actual air dry clay, the shape of it has to be kind of sort of the shape that you want to follow in the mould. That makes it a lot easier.
It just makes it easy. You could just go with a ball of clay and spread it around, but I think when you're doing the characters and you're trying to build up, definitely with the separate colours, I'm just trying to show how you can go a little bit further today with the advance rather than just going with the one colour. But of course, if you are totally new to it, mix that main colour and paint in those little bits of detail rather than adding them in first. So you would only need with a lion paint the nose, you would paint the eyes in, and it's easy to go with a different colour clay for the mane because it's a separate area of the mould. So these are a really good mould to start with if you've never done this before.
Now the queues are still there, they're going up in time actually, 3 minute now queues, I'm sorry. Please, if you can, use the website. That avoids anyone getting frustrated. If you're on a time limit this afternoon thinking, oh, I can't spend that amount of time waiting on the phones, just go to hochanda.com, pop in the basket what you want, and all the same bonuses apply and the same discounts apply if you're a Freedom member. So if you're not a Freedom member, it makes sense to join on events like this. Our Flash Save event always gets lots of brand new viewers becoming members. Oh, let's have a little look at him. Oh, look at his
I've
face.
left his nose in. Do you know what's probably happened there? It's probably because it's been sat in, it's got a bit dry. So I'll just poke his nose out and stick it on separately. If you do that, if you put the nose in, you see demo time, we prep things. I should get that pot of water at the side of me. I'm just going to take that out and put it back on top. The clay sticks to itself, so the clay's gone dry. Right. It won't. And I also dusted out that mould with some corn flour first to stop the main body sticking, but it's as easy as that. So, you know, it's very easy to add the nose in separately.
Can I ask you about how to look after the clay as well? Because obviously air dry means obviously when it's out in the air it just dries out.
Exactly.
So do you have to keep it moist?
Yes.
Or?
I mean, as I'm working here, you can see I've got bits and pieces out. Because I'm mixing the colours as I need them, they're quite wet, so I'm purposely leaving them to dry a little bit as I'm going through the demos. But at home, keep them covered up, and when you finish with the clay, make sure there's absolutely no air in that bag at all. If you've got any air in the bag, it's going to dry it. Okay. So seal up as best you can in the original packaging, and then put in an airtight container, maybe with a wet wipe or a piece of wet kitchen towel in there to keep some moisture in the tin.
Now, the Lion at the moment is available for immediate dispatch, but that stock is approaching limited now, so when he sells out, it'll be on extended delivery of a couple of days. But if you want him straight away, sooner rather than later, which I think we all do, get on the phone now. Or email now.
So now I'm just pushing into the other two legs, and if you've got too much clay, we've not actually done this today because I've been quite, obviously I've had a lot of practice, but I've been quite accurate with the amounts I'm putting in. But if you find you've got too much clay, just scrape away with a thumb. You just want to make sure it's nicely filled, nice and compact, and up to the level at the top there. But any dips in the clay, you can top it up. Any areas where you've got too much clay, just pull it off. Always worth going around the edge with that fingertip, just to pull in from the edge. And remember, if you find that the clay is bending with the mould when you flex it too much, it's just that the clay is too wet. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with the mould, just let the clay dry a little bit longer. So you can see there's one leg. You can see the detail, there's little creases in the leg, you can see where the paws are. So there's a definite left and right because I've got little creases on the inner leg, unless you want to swap them round, of course. But they have been made, so there's one for one side and one for the other. And then just like we did the elephant earlier, if anybody wants to, or didn't see that, wants to get it on catch-up, I did do a sitting-up elephant.
Yeah, and it was the cutest thing. It really was. So, yeah, that was on the 11 o'clock show this morning, if you want to watch that back.
It was. So you can just lift the back legs as well, if you like, and just then sit the character up. So if you want it sat on top of a gift box or a jar, looks like a very sleepy lion at the minute because he hasn't got his eyes in. So I'm going to put the eyes in. But I think first, and again, these were done beforehand, so I know they've dried. I wouldn't normally use any glue.
Right.
I would just stick wet clay to wet clay, but because these are quite dry, I am going to use a little bit of glue. So I'm just going to add
Cosmic
PVA.
Shimmer is what you like
I do like the Cosmic Shimmer glue. I use it for everything, so it dries with such a strong bond. So I'm not going to do them all because I'm hoping to get to that fairy door. But before I stick that on, just as I've got the clay out...
Now, our line, I've got to let you know, immediate dispatch, limited stock. So if you want him, now's the time to either call or, better still, go to the website, hochanda.com. Only $8.99 delivered for Freedom members. So by being a Freedom member today, you're saving an extra £1 off the price. It's already got a £3 reduction. Another £1 comes off, and you save your £2.95 P&P as well. Plus, you get your $17.99's worth of goodies, which I can't quite get my head around still. That DVD and that mould.
I know, it's amazing. There is the tail in there as well. Let's see if we had that on. I'm just keeping an eye on the time because I want to make sure I get to another demo. Now, there is a part of the mane where there's 3 little pieces sticking out. I tend to use that one. I'm doing this one fresh so I know it's sticky. I tend to use that one as the fringe. So I just tuck that around in between the ears. So I've gone from the front of the head to the back of the head. Okay, and that makes my little fringe.
Love it.
So if you wanted the lioness, you don't really need any mane at all.
No.
You know, you could add other things to it if you wanted little flowers, or there's a lovely mini butterfly mould on the website that's available. I like to put that around the characters. You know, I had one landing on the elephant's trunk once. That looked really cute. But for the mane itself, it's up to you how you then build that up.
He's been to the hairdressers.
He has. So you can put as many layers as you want. Well, I'm sticking it all to myself. And I do go under the chin with it as well. So just start to build that round, and if you do that fresh and apply it while the clay is wet, you don't need any glue at all, and I would prefer to do it that way. It's just, as I say, for demo purposes, then it makes it a little bit difficult if we're having to make every single piece as we demo. So you can see how that's going to come together. I'm going to stop there because I want to do the eyes.
He's great, isn't he?
But you just keep building that up.
All the characters have got so much character. They really have. They're so cute, and everyone will love them. Whether you're making them out of sugar paste, whether you're making them out of air-dry clay or polymer clay, does not make any difference. What we do say, though, with all moulds are choose the mould that you're going to use for your sugar paste and keep it separate to the ones that you use for your air-dry clay. You don't want any cross-contamination. That's not a good thing. So a lot of you may be buying, even if you've already got one of these, maybe you're buying another one today, taking advantage of the special bonus gift for the 3rd birthday, and you've got then one for your cake decorating, you've got one for your card making and interior decorating.
Yeah, so I'm stepping it up on the eyes this time. Instead of just going with the black, he's got little eyelids, the lion, as well, so his eyes are a little bit different. I'm going in with some white first, and then I'm going to go in with the black. So it gives a different look. So I would say, if you're new, start with just putting the little black pieces in. If you're a little bit more advanced, try putting the layers in the eyes as well. And of course, you can also paint those. So the trick again, probably best way, break a little bit off with a cocktail stick, roll it into a ball, and then pick it up with the cocktail stick. And use your ball tool just to flatten that down. So you can see they look a bit scary when you first do them. Until they've got the highlights and things, they don't look very, very friendly. And of course you could do, as I do with the elephant, you could do a blue layer. It's entirely up to you. But for me, the eyes are never complete until you have got that little highlight.
It's sometimes just the tiniest little additions that make all the difference, isn't it?
So the little highlight in the eye, and also a little bit of shine on his nose as well. So obviously you'd want to finish that by completing the mane and adding the tail as well. But I think because time's moving on, I am trying to cover as much as possible to give everybody as much information as I can.
We'll definitely get the idea. So we'll move on from the lion. He's proving popular as well, though. Part of our safari animals, of course. $8.99 delivered. plus you get your bonus of the DVD, which is now the new DVD is the wedding DVD, but it can be adapted in lots of different ways. So it's not just for weddings, but of course if you're thinking of decorating cakes, weddings very popular obviously for that sort of idea. And then you're also getting your chick silicone mould as well, which is brand new. Today's the first day we've seen it, and with Easter around the corner, perfect. That's a value of $17.99, and it's coming as a bonus. You don't have to ask for it, put it into a promo code box or anything like that. It will come with your order, provided you're ordering a Sugar Buttons mould or any combination of Sugar Button mould, limited to one per customer though. OK, shall we stay with you and carry on with the next demo? Is that all right?
If that's all right,
great.
yeah, is that fine? So we're going to work with the enchanted door and window now, and as we've already said, these have so many uses: the church, the castle, the cottage, the fairy door, the one on the skirting board. But I do make a lot of fairy jars, and I know there's so many people out there that have now had a go at these because I've received a lot of photographs. People are always asking me about sticking onto the jars, so I do like to try and cover a jar whenever possible. If you're lucky enough to get that wedding DVD, there's ways of making different roofs on there as well. But, you know, use your imagination. So for the stonework around the door, which I am going to make it look like stone, I'm starting with the white hearty again. And I've already got some mixed, but I'll just show you the mixing technique. So I've got some of the black hearty, and what I tend to do is roll 2 strings or 2 sausages, which are however thin they are, and twist them together. So you're making what looks a little bit like a candy cane, and then fold in half and just keep twisting. So you're mixing those 2 colours together without putting a lump at one side and then a lump at the other, and then just mixing it. I want that sort of marbled effect. So when you roll out again, you can see how it's now starting to streak.
Oh wow, what great technique.
So just twist again, and it's just as simple as that. Just keep going until you're happy with the mix. Obviously I don't want it to look like a candy cane, so I would mix a little bit more. But if you keep going too much, you'll end up with a solid grey, which you don't want.
Now, although this is a fantastic fairy door, it could also be a gazebo.
It could be anything you want it to be. Exactly, it could be absolutely anything. So I've mixed there. You can see some streaks of white just in there as well. I've not mixed it into a solid colour, but I'm going to use this as stonework around the door. So again, to make it easy, I roll the shape near enough to the size that I want. So if you look at the depth of the stones or the width of the stones, and you roll, and then it's so easy just to press that into the mould. There is a definite outline to the door, so you can see where you're going. You don't want to overfill. I'm getting good at this. Look at that.
You are.
Perfect.
You're getting exactly the right amount, aren't you?
It doesn't always happen, I promise you. But it is so easy just to remove anything that you don't want. Now, there is a wood grain effect at the bottom, so you could go with stone or you could go with some brown and turn it into wood. So I've got some brown spare, may as well use that. So again, I'm building up the layers on this one. Rather than doing it in a solid colour or just in the white and then painting, I'm building up the layers. And this again is a nice easy one to start with. So we've now got the step in there. And you don't have to worry about what's happening at the back here, because it's what's happening when you take it out of the mould rather than what's happening now.
Because very often it doesn't look very much when you look at the back of it, but it's only when the front is revealed you go, oh wow, I've done that.
Exactly. Now I'm going to skip out a step just because time's moving on, but you could put some black or whatever colour you're liking for the hinges and the doorknob. There's even a little cutout for the keyhole there, which will appear shortly. But I'm going to leave those because a nice trick again is when the clay is dry, use a gilding wax or something just to brush over the top. So you don't need to make them another colour. You can just gild them and make them silver or gold or bronze. Now the reason I've rolled out some of the pink, and I've got way too much there, so I'm going to break some away, is it's quite a shallow mould, the door, and it just makes it easier to get a nice even surface. And you'll find that there's a little heart-shaped post there in the middle, so we want to reveal that because it's a little cutout for a window. So you could make the fairy's face peering through it, or
that's a good idea.
Put some stained glass in there. I've used this mould a lot of times for Christmas and put a little wreath around the heart.
Oh, nice.
So you can turn it into a Christmas door. Could be the elves' workshop.
Yeah.
All
or
those
it could be an enchanted
things.
castle, it could be a wedding.
That's right.
All those things.
All those different things. So now we're just to the point again where you're going to neaten it up with a fingertip. So again, just going from the outside edge inwards. So I was just about to say what a clean craft this is, because it is. You don't get the residue. The only thing you get is, like I'm getting, a bit of clay down your nail every now and again. So you have to keep scraping it out.
That just kind of goes with it.
It just goes with it, yeah.
It goes with the flow.
Okay, so now ready. Remember to pull away from that little heart as well, and then just flex the mould. So because you've got that post in there, you may want to give it a little helping hand away from that.
Oh, look at that.
But other than that, there you are. So you've got that lovely marbled effect in the stonework.
So effective.
You've got the heart, and of course you can paint in or gild the hinge and the little doorknob. So although I've already got one on my jar, to stick to a jar, a little bit of PVA glue on the back and attach it straight onto the glass, because then you can shape it while the clay is wet. You can shape it to the jar.
So PVA is okay on glass?
PVA will work, yeah.
Right.
Now another thing that I'm going to show you on here is, because I've already got a door on there, so I'm going to put that one to one side. You can do the window to match, but also you can use, find my last little bit of clay, if you just use the outside of this door frame or the stonework, you can create stone, and this is how the people, if they got the animal DVD and not the wedding one, might wonder how I've done the stonework around the church or the castle there.
So this is just using the outside edge of that mould?
Just using the outside edge.
How clever is that? Wouldn't have thought of that.
I'm just using a little strip there, but you just keep using the mould and then feeding it round.
We're being asked, Catherine, if people can make and sell what they make
yes,
from...
Yes, they can.
They can?
Yes,
okay.
No problem at
Great.
all. Yeah. And I know a lot of people do that, you know, and they are very popular with people.
So if you're a cake decorator and you want to advertise your cakes for sale, no problem.
There's a lot of door plaques and things like that can be made, gift boxes, the jars. I know so many people recycle jars and tins and things like that as well. But you can now just start to build up the stonework, and you can complete as much as you like of that glass. I would leave some windows so you can put a tea light in there, leave some little cutouts. You could start to add things like the toast stool. We did these on the earlier show. They would look so effective. And
also you can get these like rice lights, can't you, on string, which look great in, they also look like fireflies in jars.
Exactly. And the little snail on there as well. They're not glued, so I'm just going to turn it to the front and just sort of turn that around a little bit. So you're in control. You decide how you want to build this scene up, and everything can just be stuck directly onto the jar.
And remember, you're getting not just the fairy door, or the enchanted door as they're calling it, but also you're getting the window as well. So you've got almost like half a house for £11.99, and you're getting, remember, the discount. So you're saving £5 off the normal price anyway. It then goes down by another £4. That's £8 off the price, or £9 off the price. And you're getting £17.99's worth of DVD and brand new Easter chick mould as well, which is adorable. So this is the new bonus offer, because the earlier one did go completely. So you've got your wedding DVD there, over 3 hours on 2 discs from Catherine. And basically what it is it's not necessarily just wedding themed. You can put your own twist on the characters, and they could be, you know, sister and brother, they could be husband and wife, they could be civil partners, whatever you want them to be. So it's not just about weddings. And then you've got that fantastic chick mould as well. Brand new today, £11.99. Sorry, brand new today, £17.99's worth is what you should be spending on that, but you're getting that as a bonus today with every Sugar Buttons mould that is sold in the show. But it's one per customer. Okay. OK, should we have a recap?
OK, yeah.
All right, then. Let's start with our characters here. We've got the fairy, the ballerina and the princess. OK, now this is a choice of under one item number. Also, as part of the Flash Save event, it means that you are getting a discounted delivered price if you are in the Freedom Club. Now, these are for immediate dispatch. We've got the princess at the top here. Let's just show you the princess. 2/3 of the stock has gone on the princess. Now, the princess is on with the crown on it, which is that one just there. But you can equally take the crown off if you want to. This one is the fairy. And again, you can make her with different coloured hair, different coloured dresses, pose her in different positions. Approaching 70% of the fairy is gone. Maybe you want to have her with the fairy door, because she'd proportionately be about right.
Yes, yes, she works very well with the door.
And then we've got the ballerina. Maybe you know a little ballerina or a ballerina wannabe. Approaching half the stock of the ballerina is gone. And that's the one that you turned into an Irish dancer in the past.
Yeah, and an ice skater as well, just by bending some little bits of wire and putting into her shoes. and we've got a programme on the TV at the minute that's very popular.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can theme to whatever's going on in the film world and TV programmes as well.
Well, you choose, only $8.99 if you're a Freedom member, delivered, and of course that gives you your bonus as well. The next one has been, we've sold hundreds and hundreds of these today and thousands over the years. This is only the 3rd anniversary of Sugar Buttons, so none of them have been around like that very long. But you've got your monkey, your giraffe, you've then also got your lion or your elephant. The elephant we did in the first hour at 11 o'clock. So if you want to see that one back again, just have a little look on Rewind. You can watch it back a bit later. There is the elephant, though. He's the most adorable little character. How cute is he? That could actually be like a ring organiser as well, couldn't it? You could put your rings on his trunk.
You could do. You definitely could. And one of those little mini butterflies on his trunk looks really cute.
Yeah, I bet.
And just while I'm thinking about it as well, for those that didn't catch the morning show or may not get to see it, when you get your mould with the elephant, the trunk is separate and there is a split in the mould to allow you to get that out. That is meant to be there, so don't think you've got a faulty mould at all. And another little thing I'm just going to throw in, the giraffe is very, very popular, has been, and I love it. But you know, when I'm building up the colours, don't ever attempt to put the separate spots in.
Right.
Because you won't be able to do it. Even I don't do it. So just go in with the main colour, and then I use a distress ink rather than a paint, just to brush over the top of the patches rather than spots, aren't they? So don't try and put in the separate browns. Just go with the main colour and add those afterwards.
But they are absolutely adorable. And if you wanted to, once you've maybe done some pictures or something like that, make them into the most incredible Noah's Ark collectible. Like Catherine said, this has travelled the world and it stood the test of time. It shows how strong they are.
Yeah. It has had a couple of little repairs here and there, but nobody would know.
But imagine if that was sponge, though, and they were made out of sugar paste. Absolutely fine. You can use the moulds for either or, but always have one mould for sugar paste and another one for your crafting. $8.99 delivered, dispatched from the 30th of January, so that's tomorrow, isn't it?
It is,
yes. So just a couple of days, basically, so not long to wait at all, and you'll get your bonus $17.99's worth of DVD and that little chick mould as well. Now, moving further down, we then go to the fairy door and the fairy window again, which is just here, and this is, again, an absolute work of art. Now, the extended delivery on this, nearly 70% of the available stock for extended delivery has gone as well, because the potential that you could do with this, I mean, in Halloween it could be an orange and black door, it could be pink for fairies, as we've just done a few minutes ago, any colour you like.
I think that's a wizard's house, that one, because it's got the owl and it's got the purple, and it was done around Halloween time originally, so for me that is a wizard's
Well, he's got a wizard's hat for a roof, hasn't he, really?
Yeah. People keep saying to me, can you not demo those jars from start to finish? It would just take too long to do it. But to get the shape on the jar, you can cheat. You know, I'm talking about cheating and saving clay. I use tinfoil scrunched up to make the basic shape and glue it in place, and then just put the clay on the outside. So, you know, it looks like it takes loads of clay, but it doesn't take as much as you think.
Brilliant. Well, that's $11.99 for both of them, and they're both big moulds, actually, and you will get, again, your bonus dies to celebrate the Sugar Buttons birthday as well, provided, of course, that you're buying them today in this show. It's only a limited time offer, and when it's gone, I'm afraid that's it. It's gone. Limited to one per customer as well, remember, for the bonus. Then we have the rabbit silicone mould, which is one of my favourites. Actually, I love all of them, but certainly a firm favourite. I love the fact that you've got the rabbit's backside as well as the front side, so you can have all sorts of fun with, you know, scenarios. About 70% of the stock has gone on the extended delivery. If you're thinking Easter cakes and that sort of thing, then think bunnies, think chicks. You're going to get your bonus chick anyway, so why not have the rabbit to go with it?
I can tell you a really good project to make with that, and I couldn't get hold of one for today, otherwise it would have been a demo. One of those little mini plant pots or a little mini bucket, fill them with mini eggs, put the rabbit's bottom poking out, and it looks like the rabbit's delving in the eggs, and it's such a quick, easy project, but a great gift.
Yeah, so great for Easter egg hunts as well. Yeah. And then we go on to our dog and our cat. Can never go wrong with them. And you get both of them for this price of, I can't remember now, $13.99, but if you're a Freedom member, it is taken down to £11.89 delivered. 15% off because it's the Freedom Flash event. And again, the dog can be really whatever make you like, really, depending on the colour.
That's it, yeah, and you can scratch into the clay and make it look as though it's more fur-like as well. So, or add bits onto it, like, you know, add little bits of strands, roll it out with your fingertips, so you can make shaggy-looking dogs as well as your mongrels and your retrievers and all sorts of those different things. but adding the patches and the spots on things really makes a difference.
Brilliant. 463248, you will get your bonus with that as well. Now 40% nearly of the stock of the extended delivery is gone as well. Then we go to the birdhouse, which is the penultimate mould for you. Oh, the owls, sorry, I missed the owls. They're there. Beg your pardon, jumped over those. Now, these are big, medium and small, so you've got the family of owls, really. Mummy, daddy and baby, probably. And they're adorable. They are separate, or you can put them on the branch if you want to as well, and you've got all those leaves too. This is extended delivery as well, £13.49. Over half the stock has gone. £13.59, sorry. £13.59 the price, saving £6.40, and that's your delivered price. And that's 238502. And looking at some of the finished things...
Yeah, the one that's at the front with the orange owls is actually fondant.
Right.
And this one is clay. So, again, use them for the cake decorators and for the clay. And, you know, colours are entirely up to you.
Beautiful, aren't they? Really gorgeous. £13.59 delivered, 238502, with £17.99's worth of bonus goodies as well. Then the birdhouse. Now, this plaque, actually, if I hold this up, this has got the birdhouse on it, and it's also got the toadstools and the snail, which is the next one, but it's also got the owl at the top there too, so you can combine all three of them together. But that birdhouse is adorable. Not too difficult to do, really simple to do. Just either paint it after it comes out of the mould, or just put the different coloured sugar paste in there, or the different coloured air dry clay.
You do get a branch with that as well, and some leaves with it. So I've not used the branch on there, but the branch, so it can hang in from a branch, or you could use the branch as a stand. So the framed picture at the end, I think I've used it on there. So, you know, you do get more than just the birdhouse and the little birds in that mould as well. So the owls, you saw the details for those. If you want the birdhouse, that's £13.99. Or Freedom members, £11.89, so that's a good reduction on that one, £5.10, 15% reduction. And then at the end, we've got our little cute snail and the toadstools, which works with everything. It works with the doors, it works with the other characters too, doesn't it? It's one of those go-to moulds, I think, that you're going to pull it out time and time and time again. Something as simple as a little door hanging maybe for Dad or Grandad's shed would look really cute as well.
It would do, actually. An £8.99 Freedom delivered price, 653601. Now remember, this is the only time I can remember of giving such a fantastic bonus. With any Sugar Buttons mould, you're going to get that DVD and the Chick mould as well at no extra cost to you, worth £17.99. And in many cases, you're only spending £8.99 delivered. So become a Freedom member, take advantage of these offers. They are time limited. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome. We've got brand new things on the table as well.
Coming up soon. OK, I'll see you with Chloe in a couple of minutes. So yes, Chloe's Creative Cards, another very busy show today. We'll show you what's up our sleeves in a couple of seconds. Then it's Threaders, the embroidery transfers with lovely Lizzie. And then Daisy Chain Designs, the one-day special final call coming along an hour later at 5.